Okay, a very warm good morning to one and all present here. In the series 2 of Impact Lecture Series organized by Newton, the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club of GNIOT Institute of Management Studies under the banner of Institution Innovation Council, IIC, is sponsored by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell and All India Council of Technical Education for the academic session 2021 and 22. I, Dr. Nishant Kumar Singh, on behalf of the entire GIMS family, extend the heartiest welcome to our esteemed guest of the session, Mr. Mahip Singh, sir, Head Innovation Hub at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow, sir. So welcome to this Impact Lecture Series, sir. I would like to welcome our Honorable Deputy Director, sir, Professor Mayank Kumar Pandey, sir, Dean PGP and President IIC GIMS, Dr. Ruchi Rayat, ma'am, Dean Outreach and Student Welfare, Dr. Shalini Sharma, ma'am, dear faculty colleagues, and my dear lovely students. Welcome to you all on the second series of Impact Lecture Series organized at GIMS, Greater Noida by the Newton Club and the IIC in collaboration. Institution Innovation Council, established at higher education in India under with the mentorship of Ministry of Education and AICTE, is guiding and helping the organizations through the IICs in planning, channelizing, and organizing round-the-year activities in the areas of innovation, entrepreneurship, and IPR to sensitize and motivate students, faculties to pursue innovation and startup during their academic journey during a session or their stay at the campus. So to begin it more formally, may I now request the IT team to proceed to the lamp lighting ceremony. As they say that blessed are the blessing gatherings that owes the blessings of Goddess Saraswati by kindling the lamp of light. Light is a symbol of prosperity, brightness, and we believe in that the brightness, like the sunlight expels the darkness, might similarly, blessings brings in our life the prosperity and happiness. Please. Thank you all for joining us in this virtual and ceremonial lamp lighting ceremony. Darkness could not drive out the blackness, only light can accomplish so. Let us hope and pray that the brightness of education overcomes the darkness of division, injustice, and ignorance in the society and lead us to the growth, equality, and empowerment. Thank you everyone for joining us in this ceremonial lamp lighting ceremony. To begin further, may I now request our Deputy Director, Sir Professor Mayank Kumar Pandey, sir, to extend a welcome address. Sir is an experienced academician with a demonstrated history of working in higher education for more than 2 decades. He's an industry skilled person into Microsoft, sales, team building, and leadership. A visionary person with an acumen to translate ideas into viable opportunities. May I now request sir to share his kind word as a mark of an open remark to begin with this impact lecture series for the day. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Nishant. So distinguished guest and my dear friend, expert of the day, Dean PGP, Dean Outreach and Student Welfare, faculty colleagues, and my dear budding managers. I'm pleased to welcome you all to the Impact Lecture Series Session 2 on entrepreneurship and innovation organized by Nutan Club and IIC GIMS, sponsored by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. This is part of a series of online connect on the startup and innovation for developing startup ecosystem in the country so that we can make India self-reliant. It aims at providing key inputs about ideation, innovation, startup, entrepreneurship, once again to make India or Bharat self-reliant or Atmanirbhar. In this virtual impact lecture series, I recognize a familiar name of experts from government and my friend Mr. Mahip Singh ji, and again expert from private sector, Mr. Trivedi. Our experts are working, friends, I would like to tell you, experts of today's session, they are working tirelessly to develop startup ecosystem in the country. I'm sure we are also reaching out to many such people and organizations, practitioners, technologists, innovators, business professionals, and civil society representatives through our YouTube channel. A warm welcome to you all. We all understand the importance of innovation in our day-to-day lives because we are experiencing that innovation or innovative products are, changing our lifestyle on daily basis, and the way in which they are transforming the world as well. Our experience with startup and innovation has convinced us that it is not only through one party or one institution, so it is through multi-stakeholder and multilateral cooperation that can truly accelerate the progress in this field, and that is innovation or entrepreneurship. And this is not just another task. It is where policymakers, entrepreneurs, business people, financiers, diplomats, and civil society come together in partnership to develop such ecosystem. Because this ecosystem cannot be developed in silos. And this lecture series is one of the efforts in this particular direction. I would like to appreciate Ministry of Education Innovation Cell for sponsoring such lecture series. And as Mahip ji is there and Mr. Trivedi is there, to discuss on today's topic. So without taking much more time, I would like to congratulate Nutan Club and IIC GIMS for organizing such session and inviting such intelligent and brilliant people as an expert. And once again, I would like to welcome my dear friend and resource person, Mr. Mahip Singh ji and Mr. Saurabh Trivedi ji to the session. Thank you, and over to the host.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words are always guiding and inspiring, like always. Thank you so much for your kind words, sir. May I now request the IT team to kindly help us in welcoming our esteemed guest of the day, Professor Dr. Mahip Singh, sir, Head of Innovation Hub at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow, with the e-bouquet as a mark of our respect and a gesture to welcome you, sir, in this Impact Lecture Series today. So we already hosted the Series 1 a couple of days back, sir, and today we are having it, sir. So we request you to accept this like this virtual one, and would be very soon looking forward to have you in the campus itself.
Sure, sir, sure. So nice of you.
So welcome, sir. Welcome once again. So we are fortunate that within our first year of IIC establishment, we got this opportunity to host and organize an Impact Lecture Series from the Nutan Club and IIC of GIMS. Impact Lecture Series in higher education is one among the many initiatives under the banner of the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell and AICT to set up a lot of IICs, and through IICs, these Impact Lecture Series are creating a better impact in terms of the innovation and startup ecosystem development in the higher education at large. The IIC programs are done to support the IIC institutions to generate awareness on innovation, IPR, and startup in such institutions with a funding assistance from the MIC and AICT. Such Impact Lecture series sessions will not only streamline the campus innovation and startup ecosystem, but also helps in establishing a strong connections with the ecosystem enablers in and around, not only in the local region, but at the national region also. This will further sensitize, aware, and empower the students and the academic fraternity members into the zones of innovation ecosystem development, not only in the campus, but sensitizing the future of the nation in terms of taking startups as a kind of their career opportunities in terms of enabling the economy and building the nation development. With these words, may I now not become that hindrance between you and the audience that have been like eagerly waiting for, sir. So let me have the privilege of introducing our esteemed guest of the day, Mr. Mahip Singh, sir, Head of Innovation Hub at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. Sir has a diverse, industry-rich, and we can say that a great amalgamation of technology, business, startup, a kind of an experience, is sprawling into around 15 plus years of experience into academic institution fostering innovation. Sir has a degrees into the areas of mechanical engineering, MTech into design, and is into the doctoral process also. Sir's focus has been on commercializing new technology, prototype research and development, patent filing, and creating new jobs and opportunities in the market. He brings in a vast experience with a demonstrated history of working in the technical education industries at the higher education level. He has filed approximately 12 plus patents and has been called to NASA twice for his innovation and innovative projects into consideration. He has previously served as an incubation coordinator and has been instrumental in developing the eCell and has been a grant generator for an incubation center. He is leading several programs and initiatives in the areas of innovation and entrepreneurship at AKTU. He has been leading key initiatives like, just to name few, sir, onto the innovative ideas and POC development, IPR testing, and startups development. He has been skilled into the areas of robotics, electromobility, automobile, mechatronics, aero modeling, etc. Just to name few, sir. He is very passionate about working on electromechanical projects, modifying the available technologies, and researching optimum utilization of various technologies that could provide a feasible solutions to the social pressing problems. Apart from academics responsibility, he has been associated as a senior project associate at IIT Kanpur after his graduation. So thank you so much, sir, for considering our request to help us in this process of empowering the nation with the these Impact Lecture Series by imbibing the culture of startup and ecosystem for these future leaders, sir. Thank you, sir. And with this, I would request you to kindly take the command and take it forward, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nishant, for such a nice introduction of mine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So, Dr. Mayank, good friend of mine, Dr. Nishant, Dr. Ruchi, Dr. Shalini, Dr. Saurabh Trivedi ji, Good morning to everyone. And it's a privilege for me to be the part of this Impact Lecture Series, which is organized by GIMS. And I really congratulate to entire team who is organizing IIC Lecture Series and successfully doing this in your organization. I congratulate to the Nutan Club also, who is being instrumental for this particular task. So thank you very much. And I come from Innovation Hub. So I'll brief little about the innovations, what the innovations are going on in Innovation Hub, and what are the responsibilities, role and responsibilities of Innovation Hub, how it was established. So इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा हम discussion करेंगे. So Innovation Hub was established under UP Startup Policy 2020 to foster the culture of innovation, not only to the academic institutions in UP, but all over other institutions who are instrumental for generating any startup, any idea or anything. So we have our own schemes of funding to the startups. However, this funding is confined to our associated and constituent institutes. But yes, in the future, we will be working to fund to the different organizations also, private organizations also, to students also, who are either from AKTU or apart, who are not from AKTU also, we are going to fund them. So our funding is prototypes fund, which is 50,000 rupees for per student, sustenance allowance for those students who have just passed their graduation and want to start their own venture, but they don't have any financial source for their living. So that is 15,000 per month. And we have seed fund also for the students, which is up to 3 lakh rupees against very nominal interest rate or equity. We are giving free lodging also for the students. We are providing funding support. We are providing accommodation support to the students. And apart from these things, we are helping them to patents also. So entire cost of the patent is being borne by university itself. So very soon we will be launching a policy regarding these things. So this is the basic purpose of Innovation Hub. First thing, to foster the culture, to spread the culture of innovation. Second thing, to support all the incubation centers across the UP. So primarily, we have taken the responsibility to develop the our government colleges, which are 15 government colleges, starting from the Noida to the Sonbhadra. Because these government colleges are not having a good incubation center, not having a good infrastructure, not having a good ecosystem for the startups. So primarily we are working for those things. And parallelly, we are also working in our private organizations also. We are working on the nodal center concept. We are going to make different zone wise. We are going to make the nodal centers, where these nodal centers would be having the responsibility to foster the culture, to spread the culture, to organize different programs, awareness programs, competitions, hackathons, idea competitions, etc. So same like mentor-mentee program in IIC, we are going to launch our own program, and later on we are going to launch our own ranking schemes also in the area of innovation. So these few things are futuristic things which Innovation Hub would be doing. So it was brief about the Innovation Hub, and if I talk about the importance of the innovation which we are talking, going to talk today, that is ideation to the innovation. So these two terms are very important if I talk from a startup perspective, because ultimate aim is to going for the startups. So before proceed, may I know which type of students have joined? What's the background of the students?
Sir, they are the postgraduate students into the PGDM students, sir.
All right. PGTV students are there. Right. So the idea behind talking anything which is related to the innovation or which is related to the ideation is ultimately to start own venture. Why we are focusing on these things? Why innovation is important for everyone. Our government, and we are talking about 5 trillion economy of India, $5 trillion economy of India, and we have reached 2.6 trillion so far. So we are almost on the half part, and UP has been given responsibility to contribute 1 trillion economy for India. So it's a big responsibility, and UP has not. Is on 25% of its goal. So it is a big responsibility for UP also. Then what should be the approach? मतलब ऐसे रातों रात क्या हो जाएगा कि हम 1 trillion economy touch कर जाएंगे? Few things are there. One of the major thing is the startups. We have to create the unicorns. Without them, it's not possible to reach on this goal. So almost more than 100 unicorns are there in India. The data 2022 says. And unfortunate part is our UP is not having even a single unicorn. So most of the unicorns come from the south areas, Telangana, Hyderabad, Pune, Maharashtra, Bangalore. So in जगहों से ज़्यादातर unicorns आ रहे हैं. We are not having any unicorn. We are just having the sunicorns or minicons. So sunicorns is a concept. मतलब very soon they are going to be unicorns who are touching around $1 billion, who are having the net worth of $1 billion approximately. And the minicons means 1 million evaluation is there. So they can be termed as minicon. So these are few things where we have to work to reach the target of 5 trillion economy. So startup is the one thing. Second thing, one district, one product is another thing where we have to work, because the scheme was launched around 5-6 years before by Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Concept is very good, but implementation is little poor. So we have to promote one district, one product to reach this particular goal. So today in the news, there was a very good news that government is working on the PLIs, production linked incentives. So those are based on the ODOP production. Any company who is working for one district, one product, it will receive incentive from the government side based on the volume of the production. They will receive the incentive. So this is very good promotional scheme from government side to the startups, to the one ODOP startups especially. So these are the few things where we have to work. So I'm not covering these all the things, but yes, I'm covering startup wala part. I'm going to cover the innovation wala part. So how to think about the innovations, how to convert the ideas into the innovation, ideas into the startups, how to run our own startup, what are the nitty-gritties, what are the problems which are being faced by the incubators before starting any venture. So I will be talking about these things today. So let me share my presentation.
So we'll ask the team to make you the host, sir.
Yeah, I request you to make me host.
They made you, sir. Now you can, sir.
All right. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll be talking about the transformation of an idea into innovation. Right. And before starting, I'm just telling you, we have gone through the logo launch of Innovation Hub just day before yesterday in the presence of Chief Secretary, Technical Department and Principal Secretary. So that's why I have applied this logo today in the very first presentation. So before starting, how to start these things and how to reach on the 5 trillion economy, which is by the government. Let me have a 1 minute pause. जरा रितेश को एक सेकंड बुला देना, एक सेकंड के लिए. मैं जस्ट 1 मिनट में रिज्यूम करता हूं. So we are going to have a discussion upon transforming the idea into the innovations. So before starting this topic, let us understand the entire entrepreneurial process. What is the process of entrepreneurship, starting from the ideation to the startup? So after idea generation, we have to go for the POC, proof of concept. Then we have to go on the prototype development. Then we have to go for the market testing. Then we have to make our own company. Then we used to go for the funding support, managing our own company, hiring the people. Then finally we go for the commercial projects, and then we harvest our company. So this is entire entrepreneurial process. And innovation is different from the invention. When we put the angle of commercialization into the invention, then it becomes innovation. So innovation is the most important thing. We are not talking about the inventions, because invention is something different. Invention is the part where we need to spend the fund. But innovation is something different, which is able to produce the fund, which is being invested, right? So most of the good companies are working on the innovation only. They are not working on the invention. Invention पे बहुत सारा fund खर्च होता है. So let me take an example of Apple. Apple is completely working on the innovation. Apple is completely working on the innovation. All the things, all the technologies which are already available in the market, they are just reforming it. They are just upgrading it and bringing it in the market. So that's how their company is being managed. Let me take another example. The multi-camera concept was launched by the Apple itself. So smartphones के पीछे multi-camera का concept है, that was launched by the Apple itself. Cameras were already available in the market. They were being used well in the smartphones. But yes, for zoom purpose, for clear picture, for wide range of camera, Apple invented multi-camera concept, which was really hit. They are working on the smooth touch mechanism. They are working on the long life mechanism of the phones. So इन सब चीजों पे वो लोग काम कर रहे हैं. I mean, altogether they are working on the innovation only. They are not working in the invention part, because invention is something where we need to spend more funds, right? So if I talk about the entrepreneurship process, entrepreneurship types, there are two types of entrepreneurship, that is small, medium, conventional enterprises and innovation-driven enterprises. So here we are talking about the invention-driven enterprises, because small, medium, conventional enterprises are having some confined area of revenue generation. Let me take another example. If I'm going to open a medical shop, that comes under small, medium, conventional enterprise. Conventional enterprise है कि हमारे parents ने खोला था तो उसको हम संभाल रहे हैं. That is also having a confined customer database. Until we are putting any innovation part into it, or if we are going to deliver the products using drone, quick delivery. I mean, if we assure that the medicine would be delivered within 5 minutes of time, then that would be something innovative. That would be considered in innovation-driven enterprises. लेकिन अगर आप ये बोल लो कि सिर्फ मेडिकल स्टोर है, then it would not be considered IDE. It would be conventional enterprises. So what is the difference between these two? If I talk from the revenue generation perspective, this is the graph from SME. This is a graph from SME. It is sometimes it's linear, sometimes it tends towards the x-axis. I mean, by the time the revenue generation becomes little low, or it's linear sometimes. कि आप जितना time दे रहे हैं उतना आपका revenue generation हो रहा है. If you are managing your company very well, then only you can get this graph, right? Otherwise, वो degradation होता ही जाता है. So this is SME. This is SME, a conventional SME, right? If I talk about the IDE revenue graph, which is innovation-driven revenue graph, then by the time this entire revenue gets up. But finally, the area below x-axis shows that initially it is very difficult to survive for any startup. Why is it? It is because people or customers are not ready to accept any new idea, any new product until they see the review. भाई हम Amazon पे जाते हैं तो सबसे पहले देखते हैं rating क्या है उसकी. If we find good rating, then we only purchase the product. If we get 0 rating, तो हम उस पे अपना time waste नहीं करते. The same thing happens with the startups also, because this is very innovative thing. This is a very new thing in the market, so it's very tough to accept by the people. सबके लिए accept करना tough है. So by the time जब तक लोग उसका accept नहीं करते, we need to burn the fund. किस point तक? Up to the break-even point. When there is no profit, no loss, the negative graph shows that we need to burn some fund into the startups, right? But once we reach on the break-even point, the growth is exponential. The growth is exponential. So this is the beauty of the innovation-driven enterprises. Now, how to define innovation? It's very important. मैं थोड़ा quickly चल रहा हूँ because we have to talk a lot in this session, and almost half an hour has already been passed. So how to define innovation? It's very simple. It's very simple. Don't go for any Google definition. Don't go for any tough definition. Think very simply, any problem which you are facing on daily basis, or any observation which is made by you, कि ये ऐसा नहीं ऐसा होना चाहिए जो problem create कर रहा है. So bringing any unique solution from for any problem is called innovation. The solution should be very unique. I mean, we have to think like Chinese. In this particular part, I appreciate the Chinese thinking. मैं हर एक चीज को appreciate नहीं करता Chinese की, but yes, the way they think is very innovative. आप 1 लाख का आईफोन लेके आते हो, वो 15-20 हजार में सेम आईफोन की रेप्लिका बना देते हैं. This is innovation. अमेरिका एक प्रोडक्ट को बनाता है, उसको एक खिलौना बनाता है, उसको 5,000 रुपए में बेचता है, उसके साथ एक 50 पेज की बुकलेट लगाता है. चाइनीज उसी खिलौने के 500 रुपए में बेचते हैं विदाउट एनी बुकलेट, विद सेम फंक्शनैलिटीज. सो दिस इज इनोवेशन. दे आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग न्यू, they are just thinking differently. That's called innovation. All right. So any unique solution for the problem which we are facing is called innovation. So you need not to think about the rocket science for getting any idea. You have to just observe the things, nothing else. So I usually take this example before starting my session. This is something which is very important to understand. ये 1990 के आसपास की बात है. When bringing water was a tough task, especially in the Maharashtra area, where there is a crunch of water. The water level is so high, so high. So all the ladies, this task was especially given to the ladies to bring the water from far, far away from their home, using matka and other things. So it was a really tedious job to bring the water, because if there are 3-4 members in the family, and on an average the consumption of the water, हम अपनी बात ही नहीं कर रहे, because हम तो सिर्फ ब्रश करने में लगभग 100 लीटर पानी खत्म कर देते हैं. But yes, for them it was very tough task. And the solution which was being bought by some foreigner that time was water on the wheel. Solution was very simple. In place of putting them on the head, someone suggested to roll the water. So it was very easy. Very simple mechanics, nothing else. बहुत आसान था, and it was a revolutionary innovation. It was revolutionary innovation that time. So altogether, the work of 5 different women was done by one single. So that was the innovation. That was the change. That innovation really brought some change, a big change in the society. बस एक सेकंड. Yeah, I'm again sorry. Another example, let me take water from the well. Same time, the women were facing this. The fetching of the water issue. Especially if I talk about our UP area, जहाँ पे water level बहुत high नहीं था, लेकिन yes, for bringing the water from the well was really tough task. So how they used to fetch this water using the rope. कि बकेट लगाते थे, उसमें रोप लगाते थे, रोप से वो खींचते थे. So a lot of problem was being created in this mechanism. Dangerous was one issue. इसके अलावा बहुत सारे issues और भी थे. Backache was another issue, and efficiency was third biggest issue. कि वो किस तरह से होगा. Then someone suggested a solution, and the solution was using belt and pulley, using rope and pulley. So again, it was a very simple mechanics. It's not about the engineering, it's about the innovative thinking, right? So pulling the water from the well using pulley is very easy concept. आप किनारे खड़े रह के आप खींचते रहो, पानी आराम से हो जाएगा. Then one of the student, which was not more than 18 years, he brought another innovation into this. What he did, he applied the brake. And what was the need of brake? See, फिर से हमें problem की तरफ देखना पड़ेगा. मैं थोड़ा सा time इस पे ले रहा हूँ, because I have to make you understand how we should think about the problems. So bringing the water, pulling the water from the well was fairly good, but when it came up, इसके बाद एक हाथ से हमें रस्सी पकड़नी पड़ती थी, एक हाथ से हमें बकेट को पकड़ना पड़ता है, फिर एक हाथ से ही बकेट को हमें वापस रखना पड़ता है. That was another issue. So that guy thought कि क्यों ना हम इसमें एक ब्रेक का सिस्टम लगा दें. So he applied a very simple brake, very simple lever brake into this. So brake with pulley was another innovation. So whenever he pulled the bucket upside, he just applied the brake and he just left the rope. छोड़ दिया उसने, आराम से उसने बकेट उठाया और पानी को रख दिया जहां भी रखना है. So that was another innovation, right? So just we need to think, just we need to observe how we can think innovatively, right? So few questions I have in my mind to ask from you. Why the best innovations are born in the crisis? If I talk about the previous examples which I took, that was the crisis point. Bringing the water was the water crisis. Pulling the water, again, the crisis. So why the best innovations are born in the crisis? So आवश्यकता ही आविष्कार की जननी है. So let me take few other examples. World War I, if I talk about, manual tanks were being invented that time. After World War I, manual tanks were being invented because people thought कि इस तरह से तो हम लड़ ही नहीं पाएंगे बिना tanks के. Machine guns were being invented, जो कि अभी भी चल रही हैं. Sanitary napkins, because a lot of death were happened due to the sanitary napkin itself. Steel was being invented that time. But if I talk about World War II, power tank were needed. Manual tank से काम नहीं चलेगा. अब we need the power tank. We need the tank which can aim to the target itself and which is having a good power also. वो हमें अब धक्का देके नहीं चलाना है, हमें उसको engine driven करना है. It means the petrol or diesel was invented that time, right? So poisonous gas was invented that time. Interrupted gear system was invented again. Interrupted gear system is having very interesting story. Firing the bullets from the aircraft was not that much easy that time. Why? Because most of the accidents happened because of destroying their own propeller. हमने यूं करके गोली चलाई और चूंकि हमें propeller नहीं दिखता जब चलता हुआ होता है, तो हमने अपने ही propeller को destroy कर दिया. So interrupted gear system was about the timing of passing the gun through propeller motion. जब एक propeller एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूव कर रहा था, उसी टाइम पे हमने गन को बुलेट को हमने क्रॉस कर दिया, right? And ATC was being invented that time. It means all the radio communications were at a good position. Aircraft carriers invented, then pilotless drones were being invented. So drone, like these days, drone means any unmanned vehicle is called drone. वो कोई जरूर नहीं है कि quadcopter ही हो, 4 motors लगा के, right? Then jerry cans are having again very interesting story. Jerry cans means carrying the fuel using any container which is not mechanically strong was really difficult, right? So jerry can means using very thin sheets, but using those sheets to make a very strong container as a carrier of fuel. That was invented that time, right? Okay. Coming on the next part, there are few areas, emerging areas, where we have to think. These areas, why I'm saying this, I'll tell you the reason. Energy, robotics, healthcare, agriculture, electromobility, waste management, data business. These are few emerging areas. So let me say one thing. You have liberty to ask the question in between, if you have any. मतलब वो लास्ट वाले आप सेशन का इंतजार मत करो जब मैं पूछूंगा कि कोई क्वेश्चन अगर आपके दिमाग में तो आप बताओ, right? So these are few areas. Why I have mentioned these areas? Because these areas, most of the work are being done in these particular areas. First thing. Second thing, government has a very good focus on these areas. The government has very good schemes, financial schemes on these areas. If I talk about the energy sector, there are 3 types of energies. Precisely, there are 2 types of energy: green energy and clean energy. We are not talking about gasoline part. We are just talking about renewable energy parts, right? So there is again a big focus of the government on these energies. Robotics business is a very good business these times. अभी हम discussion करेंगे. Healthcare, agriculture, electromobility is again emerging field. Most of the vehicles are being converted into electric vehicles these days. Right. So waste management is another big issue of the society. How to solve this? How to solve this? I mean, the approach of solving the waste management can lead to a good startup. Most of the companies are working on this. And data business, अब से नहीं है, बहुत पुराना data business है, but yes, it is still alive. It is still having good potential to work with. So now I'm going to take a few examples which are mine. मैं अब hypothetical बातें नहीं करूंगा, मैं अब actual बातें करूंगा कि हमने जिस चीज में काम किया है successfully. And based on those work, we have started our own startup. Using our students. So if I talk about green energy, clean energy, and energy saving, these three areas we have worked. If I talk about the energy sectors, तो मैं थोड़ा सा इस पे बात करूंगा. We have worked on we have worked on 3D solar. So the biggest issue with the solar panels are how to enhance the efficiency of the solars. How to enhance the efficiency of the solar panels. Till date, the efficiency of solar panels are not more than 22% because of several limitations. So we, with our team, we thought to enhance the efficiency. What we did, we made a decahedron structure. We applied a Fresnel lens upon this. So around 3 square meter area, which is being exposed, we applied a Fresnel lens. Fresnel lens का काम क्या होता है? It concentrates the solar energy, and approximately upon 1 square meter of the area, there is around 1 kilowatt of solar energy, which is being incidented. We are not able to convert more than 22%. It means around 200 watt of solar energy is being converted using 1 kilowatt of solar energy. Baki energy kya ho rahi hai? It is wasted. Either it is reflected or it is being used to heat up the entire system. So what we did, we made a decahedron structure. We applied a flexible solar panel inside this, which are altogether covered. We applied dielectric fluid into it with a cleaning system, circulating cleaning system, and then concentrated solar energy we poured together in this. So what happened? It, I mean, once it was incidented on one of the solar panel, that solar panel, after consuming 20% of the energy, it reflected, and entire 80% of the reflection was incidented on another, and it went on in the same way. So we were able to convert around 65% of the entire energy. बाकी का 35% क्या हुआ? बाकी का 35% was used to heat up the fluid and the system. So it was a very good project, and we started a venture based on this project with one of our students. And fortunately, we got so many orders for this, and one of the order is from Lucknow itself. So वो लड़का जिसने स्टार्टअप शुरू किया है वो इस पे काम कर रहा है, वो डिप्लॉय कर रहा है जगह जगह. So this is the real example which we made. Then we worked on the solar panel cleaning machine, which was in 2022. And we have a patent on all our products. The cleaning of the solar panel is the biggest issue. Everywhere, the cleaning of the solar panel is the biggest issue. Why? Because most of the solar panels are connected in the series. And if one solar panel is having dust, then of course it will entirely, overall, it will decrease the efficiency of all the solar panels. वो chain की सबसे कमजोर कड़ी वाला हाल है. So we need to clean the entire solar panels twice in a week. धूल जमती जमती ऊपर, उसको साफ करना बहुत जरूरी होता है. So cleaning the panels are tough task because we need a water source, we need manpower, there is a fair chance of breakage of the solar panels, break of the solar panels. So ये कुछ issues हैं. So that's why we made, and all the machines which are available in the market are very expensive. They are not less than 3 lakh rupees, and these all machines are being imported from the China. One of the manufacturer was making his own machine in Kerala, but itna successful hua nahi wo. So we made a machine which is not more than 40,000 rupees, and it is having 4 steps. It is having 4 different stages of the cleaning. 6-way air pressurized. 4 different stages. में कौन-कौन से stages है? First stage is rolling system. Another stage is mopping system. Another stage is wiping system. And the first stage was, first stage was jet system, pressurized 6-way air propulsion. So ये 4 different stages में साफ करता है panels को, and it ensures 80% of the panel cleaning. अब ये कैसे होता है? It happens with the help of 8 sensors. आगे और पीछे sensors लगे हुए 4-4. Based on the reflectivity of the solar panel, we ensure that 80% of the cleaning has been done. If it is not so, then what happens? It returns back and it cleans again. So this is unique feature. For this, we got the patent. Right. So we have a lot of examples. The point is, what I'm trying to make you understand, how to think about the problems. See, once you get the real problem, for sure, you would get the real solution also. See, once Albert Einstein said, if I'm given 60 minutes to solve any problem, 55 minutes I'll spend to understand the problem and another 5 minutes to solve the problem. अगर आपको problem की समझ हो गई, problem अगर आपको एक बार समझ में आ गया, तो solution तो automatically मिल जाएगा, because one problem has number of solutions. How to bring solution is a very easy thing, but getting the real problem is really tough. We face a lot of startups coming here, innovators, startups नहीं बोलेंगे, a lot of innovators coming here. They directly talk about the solutions. One of the startup came last week. They said कि सर हम एक agriculture के लिए app बनाना चाहते हैं. हमने कहा किस लिए बनाना चाहते हो? They said to get the facilities. So I immediately opened my mobile and show him that a lot of apps are already available in the market who are for the agriculture purpose only. Then he immediately changed his problem. कि सर हम उनको जो समस्या आती है cultivation में, I'm going to help them. I said all the problems are being resolved with this app, existing apps. Then how would you help them? Then he said, sir, all the policy dissemination are not there. We will inform them about the government policies and private policies also. मतलब समझ में आ रहा है? मतलब ये है कि he is not actually having any problem. He is just coming with the solutions. So, bringing the solution without knowing the real problem is going to make a disaster if you're thinking about the startups. The biggest reason of the failure of the startup is not getting the right problems. So, आपको रियलाइज तब होता है जब आप अपने प्रोटोटाइप पे काम कर लेते हो, जब उसको मार्केट टेस्ट कर लेते हो, एंड व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू लॉन्च द प्रोडक्ट इन द मार्केट, एंड व्हेन द मार्केट डू नॉट अप्रिशिएट योर प्रोजेक्ट, देन यू रियलाइज कि देयर इज सम शॉर्टकमिंग, देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लम इन माय प्रोडक्ट, और तब तक आप कई लाख रुपए खर्च कर चुके होते हो. सो बिफोर गोइंग फॉर द स्टार्टअप, I mean, there is a standard process which is being opted by any innovator. So before going to the market, we should have some survey, we should have some data, whether this is the problem or not, number one. और वो आपका जो सैंपल साइज होना चाहिए वो 1000 से कम नहीं होना चाहिए, at least 1000 sample size. So is it the real problem or not is the first thing. Second thing, if I am coming with this solution, will you appreciate it? This is the second thing. And if you get good, more than 70% of positive response, then only you should move forward. Especially I'm talking about the startups. I'm sure कि बहुत सारे और भी फंडे होंगे आपके मैनेजमेंट में, because you guys are MBA guys. So, but startups के field में, this is the fact. If you're getting more than 70% positive response, then only you should go for the startups. Otherwise, you should be ready to change your idea. Most of the startups are having problem of not changing the idea because they think their idea is the best idea in this world. जब तक आप ये सोच नहीं हटाओगे तब तक आप आगे नहीं बढ़ पाओगे. आप चेंज करने को हमेशा तैयार रहो. Right. So coming on the next part, cipher generator was another thing by our student, one of the student. मैं इसका example बार-बार इसलिए लेता हूँ because it was revolutionary thing. How it was revolutionary, I'm just telling you. See, this is not about the engineering. This is about the observation, nothing else. I again repeat it. कुछ इंजीनियरिंग का नहीं है इसमें. अब साइफर जनरेटर क्या है? साइफर जनरेटर मीन्स he was asked to enhance the overall efficiency of electricity generation. Electricity generator होता है. It is having couple of things. One is engine, another is alternator. So engine moves alternator, and alternator produces the current, the energy, the electrical energy, जिससे हमारे घर के सारे appliances चलते हैं. So he was asked, if I have to enhance the overall productivity by 2 times, what we need to do? Someone suggested we should, deploy an engine which is having double power. Proportionally, we should deploy the alternator also which is having double power. अब भाई अगर 5 किलोवाट का इंजन है तो आप 10 किलोवाट का लगा लो, 10 उसके पैरेलल कुछ भी आप ऑल्टरनेटर लगा लो, then you will get double power. Someone said we can enhance the RPM, the revolution of the engine. If it is working on 2000 RPM, we can enhance it to the 4000 RPM. Then again, the production will be doubled. Then the third and very innovative, see, what was the problem in these couple of solutions? First solution, who was about enhancing the entire power, means the entire fuel consumption was also enhanced. तो उसमें तो कुछ भी फायदा नहीं हुआ. Second point was, who was talking about enhancing the RPM was, it was affected from the centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is a force which works from the center towards the radius, towards the periphery, outside force, right? So because of the centrifugal force, entire mechanism, binding, rotor, everything got destroyed. वो बाहर उड़ गया सारा. जहां हमने 3000 से 6000 आरपीएम पे किया, सब कुछ बाहर उड़ गया. प्रॉब्लम आ गई. Then the third solution was given by the student. He said, sir, we should work on the relative motion, relative angular motion. And how does it work? Means हम अंदर का rotor rotate करते हैं. Why we can't rotate the stator also parallelly in opposite direction using the same RPM? If entire system is working on 2000 RPM, so rotor is working on 2000 RPM parallelly. In anti-clockwise, we should rotate the entire coil also. So effectively, we got double RPM and we got around 1.8 times more power using the same engines. And this idea was appreciated worldwide. He got a free visa, study visa of Japan. He got 7 lakh rupees from the poster and project presentation, Pune. He got 3 lakh rupees from AIC, Power Grid of India, PCI, PGI, Power Grid of India. and he got around 70 lakh of investment from a private investor. So he's getting a lot of appreciation worldwide. It's about the thinking. It's about the thinking. It's not about the engineering. मैं बार बार यही कह रहा हूँ, इसी वजह से मैंने ये सारे एग्जांपल्स लिए, ठीक. And these are the real examples. Cyber O Infinity is the name of the company. So this is the brief which I have already explained to you. Then EVVCU, electric vehicles, vehicle control unit is another thing. How does it work? It is the having infotainment system for any electric vehicle, open infotainment system for any electric vehicle. Why I have taken this example? I'm sorry, why I've taken this example? Because we are talking about the clean energy, the energy sector. So again, by one of our students, it was being made. Wireless laptop charging platform. अगर 4 लोग बैठे हुए एक टेबल पे, so हमें उन चारों को लैपटॉप लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए. So the table should have the capability to charge the laptop automatically, wirelessly, like mobile phones are being charged. Dell has introduced same laptops, but now they have introduced, and this was made in 2020. Right. CV generator was being made by me. Continuous variable generation system was all about enhancing the efficiency of the electricity generation. So based on the power consumption of any organization, it was able to transform, it was able to change the RPM as well as the gear ratio of the alternator. So it's continuously variable generation system. We got a patent upon this without any query. Then e-sugarcane juicer powered solar panel. This is very famous these days. वो हमने बनाया था अपने यहाँ. कुछ भी नहीं है. I mean, it's just application, just application. It's not about the engineering. पिछला वाला तो फिर भी engineering वाला था. So what was the problem? Problem was hygiene issue. जितने भी juice वाली machines टहलती हैं market में, which are having blue color look wise, they are not hygienic. They are not having any. They are not fulfilling any compliances. They are not having any road permission to move, and they are not even well made by any company, any renowned company, which can give the certificate to move them or to give them juice, to provide the juice to the customers. They are not even FSIC certified also. So keeping these things in mind, we worked on a project. Where we resolved these issues using the battery and motors system. इसमें कुछ भी engineering नहीं है और ये बहुत famous है. I mean, however, it is having 30% more cost than existing, but yes, it has resolved entire hygiene issue. It doesn't need any permission to move on the road, and it is fully free of pollution. It's not emitting the carbon. That's the biggest part of it. So a commercial perspective is very important. This is a very important project, right? तो मेरे पास बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स हैं. हम अभी सारे एग्जांपल्स पे नहीं आते, कुछ एक स्किप करते हैं. एक्सेलेरेटर एनहांसर, we are going to smart trike, we are going to skip. Then we'll think about the robotics. We'll talk about the robotics. Just wait for a second. Okay, someone has put a message. मैं बाद में reply करता हूँ. So if I talk about the robotics business is also a very prime business these days, because robotics and automation are a strict need of the industry. If we are talking about upgradation of the industry 4.0 की अगर हम बात करते हैं, so robotics and automation is very important thing to enhance overall efficiency of the industry. And how the robots are working, how the robots are helpful in our daily life. Have you heard about the Sophia robot? First robot of its kind which got couple of citizenship. Very impressive, very impressive. बहुत पुराना example ले रहा हूँ, लेकिन yes, till date it's very impressive. Go sometime on YouTube and listen the interview of Sophia Robot. The intelligence level it is having is not found in most of the people. So हम उस मतलब हम नहीं, ये लोग उस level पे काम कर रहे हैं. Agility robotics, I'll skip. Delivery robot, then actor robot, robonaut. Then I'll talk about a real robot which we made. It is reception robot. मैं पहले भी बोल चुका हूं, मैं सिर्फ वो एग्जांपल लूंगा जिस पे हम लोगों ने काम किया है. So reception robot is all about service robot. It serves the coffee and tea to the guests coming on the reception. And if you have met this robot earlier, it would be able to recognize you with your name. Hello, Mr. X. Welcome again. अगर आप पहले भी मिले इससे तो, right? And it is having all the senses. You can communicate. You can talk to him. ये आंसर भी करेगा आपका. And it is self-balancing robot. ये दो पहियों पे चलता है, खुद ही बैलेंस करता है. ठीक. So again, I'm not giving more time into this because this is all about the technologies. हम technologies की बहुत ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते. But yes, waste management and recycling is again another social issue of the government. अगर आप इसको रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं किसी तरह से, बहुत सारी कंपनीज इस पे काम कर रही हैं. Then data based businesses. I mean, the entire game is about getting the data and reselling it. It's very, very big business, very big business. आज की डेट में हम कुछ भी सर्च करते हैं तो हमारे मोबाइल को हमें फॉलो करने लग जाता है. हम किसी भी चीज के लिए रजिस्टर करते हैं तो हमसे डेटा ले लेता है. डेली लाइफ हमारी कैसी जीविका है, हम कैसे जिंदगी जीते हैं, ये गूगल को पता होता है. हमारे घर वालों को नहीं पता है, पर गूगल नोज ऑल थिंग्स. हमारी पर्सनैलिटी कैसी है, ओनली गूगल नोज. ठीक. फूड इंडस्ट्री, क्लाउड किचन, वी आर ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन दीज प्रोजेक्ट्स and we made few projects which are due to COVID, because I have already told कि best innovations come when crisis comes, right? आवश्यकता जब होती है, आविष्कार तभी होता है. During the crisis, best innovation comes, right? So in 2020-2019, we made a note counting machine. Note counting machine. I mean, earlier the note. I'm sorry, note counting नहीं, note sanitizing machine. Note disinfectant, currency disinfectant. Rapid इसलिए है क्योंकि ये 1 मिनट में 200 करेंसीज को काउंट कर सकता है. पहले ये मशीन अवेलेबल नहीं थी, अभी भी अवेलेबल नहीं है. ये अभी भी अवेलेबल नहीं है मार्केट में. मार्केट में मतलब कोई इसका सोल्यूशन नहीं है, दूसरा ऑल्टरनेटिव सोल्यूशन नहीं है. So it is still unique. And it was able to count 200 notes per minute with full sanitization, because we had a lab test of each and every note of first test. We worked on hospital assistant robot. बहुत ज़्यादा डिटेल में मैं नहीं बताऊंगा इसके बारे में क्योंकि it's all about the technology. But just feature मैं इसके बताता हूँ कि it is convertible robot. It can be converted into wheelchair also. It is having capability to carry the payload of 150 kg, and it is have all the communication means, and it can be driven using mobile. It can be driven using remotes, and it is also programmable. And best part is it can simultaneously control 7 beds. Beds मतलब different parameters of the beds. अगर कोई patient admit है किसी bed पे, he is having oxygen mask, oxygen supply, he is having ECG, he is having lot of blood pressure and other, बहुत सारी, आप ICU में जाओ तो बहुत सारी चीजें लगी हुई होती हैं. So he can parallelly control 7 beds altogether, and the master data is being sent to a control room कि भाई इस बेड पे ये मिस हैपनिंग हो रही है, you should give a good attention for this. So these are few points of this report. Coming on next point. Sir, may I know how much time I have?
Sure, sir. We are will be starting the next section after 11:30.
Dr. Nishant,
Yes,
sir.
sir, am I audible, sir? Hello.
Okay, let me complete within 10 minutes.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Probably you are on mute mode, sir.
Hello.
Nishant, sir, you are audible to us. I think there's some network glitch in between.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now you're audible. Now you're audible.
Sir, we have like another session from 11:30. So you have still like 14 to 15 minutes more, sir.
बहुत टाइम है सर, इतने में तो पता नहीं क्या क्या बोल जाऊंगा मैं.
Definitely, sir, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So the best success stories often begin with the failure, and this is the bitter truth. ये अपने दिमाग में होना चाहिए हमें. So the point क्या है? Point ये है कि while I'm talking about the ideation, the innovation, the startups, I'm not necessarily forcing you to go for the startups. I'm just telling you what are the advantages when you go for entire entrepreneurship journeys. When you go, you learn how to think innovatively. You learn how to work on the POC. You learn how to go for the commercial testing, how to make your own company, how to manage your own company, how to hire the people, how to pitch your idea in front of the investors. Because if you think about the startups, you certainly need to pitch your idea to the private investors also, not in the government only. Because see, only with the government support, you can't start your own venture. क्योंकि वो बड़ा छोटा सा support होता है. You have to go to the private investors, to the VCs, etc. And you need to think about harvesting your company. Meanwhile, you would be going through the different, patent process, different publication processes. So these are the, a very precious journey. जिसके थ्रू आप जाते हो. This is the pursuit of excellence, I can say. So these things, these qualities which are being built into you are strictly needed in a placement also. तो मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ लास्ट में आपको करना ही करना है startup, but yes, one should go through the startup journey because you have nothing to spend, you have nothing to invest into it. All the support are being given by the government, by the different agencies. आपको सिर्फ शुरुआत करनी है, right? So why the best success story begin with the failure? This is truth. I'm just putting this discussion in your back pocket. Think about why the right product selection is a very important. I have told earlier, keep the right product selection is very important. So let me take an example. Sapt Krishi, one of my good friend from IIT Kanpur, he's also a research scholar over there. He has made a Sabji Koti concept project. What this is all about? The pain point. What was the pain point? Pain point was जो फेरी वाले होते हैं जो सब्जियां बेचते हैं, रात में सब्जियों का दाम कम क्यों हो जाता है? इसलिए कम हो जाता है क्योंकि सब्जियां खराब होने, डिग्रेड होने लग जाती हैं. So he empathized these things for months, in fact for 2 years. Then he thought to make something which can stop the vegetables by degrading, from degrading. So उसने क्या किया कि he applied microbes, those microbes which were responsible to degrade the vegetables, उसने उसको control किया just using 20 watt of power and 1 liter of water. And this is the project. Before launch this project, he got more than 600 orders from worldwide. And till date, अभी उससे परसों मेरी बात थी, अभी तक वो सारे ऑर्डर्स को अपने कंप्लीट नहीं कर पा रहे, इतने ऑर्डर्स उसके पास हैं. So right problem is very important. Thinking about the right problem is really important thing. ठीक है, तो मैं जस्ट 1-2 स्लाइड्स के साथ ये पूरी की पूरी अपनी स्टोरी खत्म करता हूं. This is one of the scary things. Fully 80% of the products and services being consumed today are different from those that were being consumed 5 years ago. And 5 years from today, fully 80% of the products being used will be new and different from those being used today. Scary thing. Altogether, what it is saying is we have to be updated every time. We have to be updated every time. ठीक, तो अभी इसके आगे हम लोग नहीं बढ़ते हैं, मैं यहीं पे वाइंड अप करता हूं. एंड इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क. So someone put a message, good morning sir, as you are told that no startup start without any problem. I also want to start my own startup. I have an idea which come in mind, but right now many startups are facing problem like the startup boom. थोड़ा तो डेयरिंग रखना पड़ेगा भाई. आप अगर डर जाओगे पहले ही स्टेज पे तो आप तो आगे बढ़ नहीं पाओगे. सो द पॉइंट इज यू नीड टू डिस्कस द आइडिया विद योर प्रोफेसर्स. बहुत सारे आपके यहाँ काबिल प्रोफेसर्स हैं, आप एक बार उनसे डिस्कस करिए. And if they found novelty into this, then you should go for the startup. I mean, इतना डरने से बात बनेगी नहीं कि बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स हैं उनका क्या होगा. बहुत सारे लोग हैं, सबका चलता है, ऐसा थोड़ी ना. Right? Then someone asked, because sir, without crisis, we don't realize the need of the innovation. I mean, this is not the question. किसी का और कोई क्वेश्चन हो प्लीज आप लोग पूछिए.
Yes, participants, in case if you have a question, just raise your hand. Janmesh, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Very good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So my question is like we are going forward with the e-vehicle technology like EV, and on the other hand, we are also having a crisis of e-waste. So how you look into it? Like we are going forward with the EVs, electronic vehicles, and side by side, we are also facing a problem like e-waste. So it will be a good to carry forward with an e-vehicles or electronic technology, or we should focus first on controlling the e-waste.
A very valid point. I mean, the point is really good. कि हम फोकस करें इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पे, और वी शुड फोकस ऑन द फ्यूचर व्हिच इज गोइंग टू बी अ बिग प्रॉब्लम फॉर द सोसाइटी. सो माय पर्सनल ओपिनियन इज यू शुड फोकस ऑन द सेकंड थिंग, how to recycle those e-waste, because a lot of radiation is going to be there because of the lithium and cobalt and other things. So how to recycle, you should think about this. Valid point, because race is very big nowadays. Each and every company has been given instruction by the government that you have to start your own venture in the area of electric vehicles, or at least you should have a research center. So a lot of research is going on there. हमारे पास बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं, दे आई मीन स्टूडेंट यूजुअली से कि सर हमें इस वाले प्रोजेक्ट पे इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल पे काम करना है, हमें ऐसे मोटर लगा देंगे, ऐसे ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे. मैं सिंपली बोलता हूँ क्यों करोगे भाई, आप किसके कंपटीशन में जा रहे हो. ठीक है. सो पॉइंट इज यू शुड थिंक फ्रॉम द फ्यूचर पर्सपेक्टिव कि हमें आने वाला टाइम किस चीज का है, जो वेस्ट होगा उसको हम कैसे मैनेज करेंगे. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. यस, यू शुड गो फॉर द वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट पार्ट.
So your innovation should be carried forward in the direction of controlling the e-waste rather than just to be
I
focused
think
on
there is some internet glitch. There is some internet glitch. I'm not able to listen you properly.
Janmesh, can you ask your question again? Because of some network glitches, like you were not audible properly. Okay. Meanwhile, what you do to Janmesh, just you can draft your question in the chat box so that we can address it. Because
Okay,
of the net. Okay. Okay. I think the network is okay. You can try once.
Hello, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're perfectly audible.
Sir, no more question. I'm just completing my sentence. Like we should now focus on controlling the e-waste rather than just being focused on increasing of e-vehicles for the future.
Okay. So he's putting up the points like, sir, we should focus more on controlling the waste instead of like giving more of impetus on the direction of generating a more values into the e-vehicles that we're looking forward at. Is that so, Janmesh?
Yes, sir.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
So let the e-vehicles come to the market. I mean, the percentage of e-vehicles are not more than 1%. 1% भी मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा बोल दिया. 1% तो target है. इतना भी नहीं है. So let it come in the market first. Then think about this. I mean, without coming the problem to the market, if you're thinking about the solution, that is also not good. E-vehicles का भी target तो पूरा होने दो. तो इस प्रॉब्लम की वजह से हम ई व्हीकल्स को मार्केट में या उसको कंट्रोल करने की बात कर रहे हैं. सो दिस इज नॉट गुड. आई मीन अनदर पार्ट, इट इज आल्सो रिड्यूसिंग द कार्बन इमिशन. सो अल्टीमेटली आवर एंटायर सोसाइटी, एंटायर एनवायरनमेंट वुड बी, आई मीन, गुड, नॉट पोल्यूटेड, प्योर. ठीक है.
यस सर.
सो पहले तो आने देते हैं, इसके बाद हम कंट्रोलिंग की बात करेंगे. हो सकता है कुछ और भी प्रॉब्लम्स आए बीच में. बट यस, हाउ टू कंट्रोल द वेस्ट ऑफ ई व्हीकल्स, इस पे सोचना बहुत जरूरी है. कि उनकी जब बैटरीज निकलेंगे, सी मेनी कंपनीज आर ऑफरिंग 10 years ऑफ वारंटी फॉर अगेंस्ट द बैटरीज. सो अभी 5-7 साल तक हमें सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन यस, जब वो निकलेंगी एक साथ, तब उनका हम क्या करेंगे, दैट इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट.
यस सर. थैंक यू सर.
ऑल द बेस्ट. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्लीज?
Yes. In case if you have questions, you can raise hand or you can just write it in the chat box.
So if you don't have any question, you can take my number. If you have any question but don't want to ask in front of other people, you can take the number from Nishant sir, and
Definitely,
you can contact me
sure.
anytime. Right? So should we wind up, Nishant sir?
Yeah, so sure, sir. As you say, sir. Otherwise, like it was good to know a lot of things like into the areas of innovation. So that was like initiated from your end itself, sir. And
So
but yes,
I always have a lot of things to share with the students. I don't miss such opportunities when I get an opportunity to talk with the students.
definitely, sir, definitely. So we've been like very fortunate to have you this morning, sir. So it was indeed our pleasure, sir.
Thank you
And
so much.
thank you so much, sir, for like sharing your ideas, views, and like the concepts of innovation and the overall startup ecosystem that is being like enabled from the AKTU's perspective and from the personal initiatives that you've been taking in the direction of like enabling the system, rather I can say, or building or strengthening the ecosystem of startups. So there are a few things that I really had taken it from it, sir, that opportunities are usually in disguise and as hard work. So most people don't recognize it because it requires a lot of hard work and courage that you have like pressing it. But we have to take that courage and determinations to pursue those like those opportunities that we are looking at in a form of like the challenges. So thinking of the right problems and dealing with them wisely with an innovation as a core, which brings the opportunities as a business in the market, basically. Thank you so much, sir. It was, as I already said, that it was indeed a pleasure to have you this morning and got a very insightful about the aspects of startup and innovation, and with more of like innovative products that have been like they are there in the market, and that has really given an idea and a direction to these future managers and leaders to take up how the ideas could be brought up into an opportunities for the future. So without further ado, may I now request the IT team to kindly help us in felicitating sir with a token of gratitude. Sir, I would request you to accept this as a mark of a token of gratitude from the GIMS family.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And we will look forward to have you in the campus itself sometime, sir, whenever you're visiting Greater Noida.
Sure. I'll visit over there.
Thank you, Mr. Mahip. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So I can leave now?
Yeah, sure, sir. You can, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming, sir. So, Saurabh, sir, are you, Saurabh, sir?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So, dear students, and once again, we are happy to have sir with us. So, I request the team to kindly first help me to welcome sir with a e-bouquet and as a mark of gesture for welcoming sir to this impact lecture series being organized by the Newton Club in association with Institution Innovation Council of GIMS and like duly sponsored by AICTE and Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. They have been like the guiding. Kindly accept this as a mark of respect from the GMS family, sir. And without further taking much of ado between you and these aspiring entrepreneurs and those future leaders of the nation, I would just quickly like start up the sessions with your due permission, sir. So let me have the privilege of introducing sir, our esteemed guest for the second session of this Impact Lecture Series, Session 2. Mr. Saurabh Trivedi, sir, is an entrepreneur, intellectual property enthusiast, a business consultant and investor, a seasoned trademark attorney. He is currently the founder at IP Samadhan, partner at Agility Ventures. Processing unique set of skill sets and experiences that allows him to gain a quick understanding of industry processes that whatever comes to his forte. He extends supports into the directions of legally advising to the young and the aspiring startups in their initial journey of setting up the business relating to the intellectual property right. And he has an extensive experience in the aspect of intellectual property laws, special emphasis on offering prosecutions and enforcement of trademarks, copyrights and design. He also guides young entrepreneurs, startups and early stage businesses to align processes, resource planning, and department goals with overall strategy. Also provides supports and insights into the significant organizational changes which shift from the strategic focus and collaboration. His areas of expertise includes, like there are few to name over here, like although the list is too long, into the entrepreneurship building, consulting, universities and incubation centers, in terms of developing the right blend of an ecosystem which is enabling the system of startups at the institution and the incubators at large. Improvising brainstorming process for startups to be get into a viable plan of actions, multidisciplinary team building and leadership skill sets. That's the core of building and bringing the young entrepreneurs into the market. Resource planning, guiding and mobilizing to make it more effectively usable to make the startups the core. And that what makes the startup the most successful one. IPR an expert and a strategic partnership consultant, developing businesses by industry. He has been offering his expertise as an Asian Patent Attorney Association India Group. He's a member for a Center of Education, Growth and Research. Apart from this, sir is offering his expertise into the areas of like AIC RAISE, AIC GIM and AIC ADT Baramati Foundation. These are few to name the organization where sir is offering his expertise and knowledge in terms of enabling the ecosystem of startup innovation and moreover the incubation activities at large. Sir, I think we are really blessed to have you with us, and I would request you to now to take the command and enlighten us with your with your experience and expertise to us, along with my future leader over here with us. Sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Nishant, for this wonderful introduction. I'm happy to be a part of this Impact Lecture Series. I would like to share the knowledge, whatever I do have learned from past previous years or previous organizations and attachment of Atal Innovation Mission or several other Atal Incubation Centers. So that I'm going to share today with all the aspiring or future entrepreneurs. So I'm happy to share that knowledge and rightly pick the topic, intellectual property, a catalyst for business growth. That is a very important element in any startup or entrepreneurial journey. So I hope there are all future entrepreneurs, if I'm not wrong. Or is there any faculties would be there? Dr. Nishant, is there all our startups or future entrepreneurs?
No, the faculties have also joined. Namaskar,
Wow.
Saurabh ji.
We are also
Dr. Ruchi, pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So perfectly fine. I think I'm going to discuss about this intellectual property by sharing a couple of slides as well. so that student and faculties are also learn what exactly this intellectual property means, how this intellectual property help us to do the business, how this intellectual property gives importance in fundraising part or global expansion or lots of other benefits which this intellectual property gives to you. I'm an MBA guy from finance and marketing background, but pursued by law as well, LLB, due to this intellectual property business. So I'm going to start. Whenever we talk about this intellectual property, this comes from our mind. Whenever we are going to start something on our own, and we say that it is our concept. Every time the students, startups, entrepreneurs, people are saying that this is my concept and I'm going to claim the ownership. But it's quite difficult to claim the ownership until and unless you file the intellectual property rights. This is your idea, something in your mind, which you are going to make as a good concept. Might be in the technical field, business concept, or whatever you are going to do. Okay, so it's a very important element in a startup journey. Whenever you are at a right stage when you can think of some new ideas, some new innovations, or doing something on your own, some kind of a business. Okay, but you can't ignore this intellectual property element. This helps you to claiming your ownership on your concept. Okay, the idea which came to your mind, but how you are going to claim this idea that it is mine, you can file the intellectual property rights. So जब भी हमारे माइंड में कुछ आ गया ना, हमने जब भी सोचा कि मेरे पास ना बहुत अच्छा आइडिया है, how this idea generate, ये आइडिया कहाँ से आता है? Idea came from your nearby surroundings. आप कहीं पर problems देख लेते हो, might be it's in your college campus, आपने कहीं बाहर देख ली प्रॉब्लम और आपके दिमाग में एक आइडिया क्लिक हो गया, और मे बी इनफॉर्मल एक्सचेंज ऑफ योर कन्वर्सेशन, आप अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, कलीग्स के साथ, फैकल्टीज के साथ, और आप कहीं पर भी बैठे होते हो, आपको एक इनफॉर्मल डिस्कशंस में आपके पास एक आइडिया जनरेट हो गया, आपने कहा यार दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम एंड आई डू हैव अ सॉल्यूशन, कैन आई बिल्ड अ बिजनेस अराउंड इट? जब आपके माइंड में ये आ जाता है ना कि हाँ शायद इसके ऊपर बिजनेस हो सकता है, बट किसी ने किया नहीं है, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू प्रोटेक्ट दैट आइडिया। अब मुझे ना ये आइडिया प्रोटेक्ट कर लेना चाहिए इससे पहले कि मेरा फ्रेंड, मेरा कलीग या मेरा और कोई जानने वाला जिसके साथ मैं ये कम्युनिकेशन एक्सचेंज कर रहा हूं वो ये चीज फाइल ना कर दे। इससे क्या होगा, मुझे अपने राइट्स के लिए ही बाद में उसके ऊपर रिलाय करना पड़ेगा। सो अंडरस्टैंड, इट इज वेरी इनिशियल स्टेज, जब आपके माइंड में आइडिया आया and that idea or innovation you should go ahead and file in the intellectual property office. It's a very easy thing. ये कोई बहुत lengthy process नहीं है, ठीक है? If I'm talking about engineers, BTech students की बात करूं, MTech की बात करूं, उनके पास एक technical concepts होता है, उन technical concept में hardware होगा या कोई software होगा और any other thing which going to intellectual property. ओके, बट एज एन एमबीए की जब भी हम बात करते हैं तो हम ये सोचते हैं कि यार हमारे पास जो प्रोसेस हम सोच रहे हैं क्या ये पेटेंट होगा या नहीं होगा, क्या ये ट्रेडमार्क होगा नहीं होगा। तो इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड। आज ना हम वो ही शेयर करने वाले हैं कि सबसे पहले हम ये डिसाइड कर ले कि जो भी कॉन्सेप्ट हमारे दिमाग में आ रहा है, जो भी आइडिया आ रहा है, जो इनोवेशन आ रहा है हमारे दिमाग में, क्या वो पेटेंट के लिए जाएगा, क्या उसके लिए मुझे ट्रेडमार्क फाइल करना होगा, क्या कॉपीराइट बना लूं, डिजाइन फाइल कर लूं, बट इन सबसे मुझे फायदा क्या होने वाला है। सो आज हम सारी यही चीजें डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। सो नाउ आई एम शेयरिंग माय स्क्रीन एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली वी कैन टेक दिस फर्दर। Just hold for a while. I think I missed on where exactly it is kept. So might be you have heard some common types of intellectual property. You hear the term patents, and the patent term itself having some kind of hardware device, आपने कोई टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम कर लिया है, आपको कोई फंक्शनैलिटी एरिया बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है या प्रोसेस बहुत अच्छा बनाना आता है, and you think that it should be goes to the patent, absolutely you can go to the patent office, apply it for intellectual property rights. Now another thing, when we talk about the trademarks, this is your brand identity. जब हम बिजनेस शुरू करते हैं I think you all knows about the McDonald's, Nike, Reebok, Adidas, or any other big brand. वो किस लिए आपको पता है? Because they have registered their trademark applications. So that is really important for you to understand and file the IP. और जब भी हम बिजनेस शुरू कर रहे हैं, I think important ये है कि उस बिजनेस में क्या क्या चीजें IP होने वाली हैं. Then we should go ahead and protect under the intellectual property rights. I think it's visible to all.
Yes, sir. We can see now. We can see.
Lovely. Thank you. Now again a very important part. मैं ये ना बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव से बात कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है? जब भी हमारे MBA स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं और उन्हें ये लगता है कि हमारे को कुछ बिजनेस करना है, तो उन बिजनेस में ना ये इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी बहुत हेल्प करता है. पेटेंट्स में तो जब भी आपने कोई प्रोसेस, कोई फ्लो चार्ट, या आपको लगता है ये फंक्शनैलिटी कवर होनी चाहिए, या हार्डवेयर डिवाइस है जो आपने बनाया है, वो से आप पेटेंट्स में फाइल कर सकते हो. ट्रेडमार्क, अगेन देयर आर 2 टाइप्स ऑफ अ ट्रेडमार्क. आपको पता होना चाहिए. वन इज अ लोगो, जो आप देखते हो ना, एक ब्यूटीफुल क्राफ्टेड लोगो जहां पर भी आप देखते हो, उसे कहते हैं डिवाइस मार्क. कई बार ट्रेडमार्क में ना लोगों को ये नॉलेज नहीं होती कि आइदर मैंने जब लोगो फाइल कर लिया तो मेरा वर्ड मार्क भी तो मेरा मार्क है. नो, दे आर 2 डिफरेंट थिंग्स. वन इज अ वर्ड मार्क, अनदर इज अ डिवाइस मार्क. डिवाइस मार्क नोन एज अ लोगो. जो भी पिक्चर आप बनाते हो, चाहे वो सर्कुलर में हो, चाहे रेक्टेंगुलर में हो, स्क्वायर में हो, उसके अंदर कुछ भी लिखते हो, तो आपका जो राइट्स है वो लिमिटेड है सिर्फ उस लोगो तक, ठीक है? यू कांट क्लेम एवरीथिंग कि जो भी उसके अंदर लिख दिया है वो सारा मेरा हो गया. जहां पर ये पिक्टोरियल प्रेजेंटेशन के अंदर जो भी चीजें हैं आपकी, दैट इज ओनली द क्लेम ऑफ योर्स. और व्हेनेवर वी आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर्स या एक नेम को या वर्ड को फाइल करते हैं, दैट इज कम्स टू वर्ड मार्क, ठीक है? तो ये डिफरेंशिएशन है. वर्ड मार्क प्रोटेक्शन इज अ वाइडर प्रोटेक्शन. ये ब्रांड के लिए बता रहा हूं. जब भी हम कोई ब्रांड शुरू करना चाहते हैं, और ब्रांड इटसेल्फ, मैं अगर बात करूं नाइके, रीबॉक, एडिडास, इन सब के पास कोई भी फिजिकल फैक्ट्रीज नहीं है, ठीक है? दे आर सेलिंग देयर फ्रेंचाइजीज. इन्होंने एक अच्छा मॉडल बनाया, एक ब्रांड बनाया और उस ब्रांड को रजिस्टर्ड किया ट्रेडमार्क में. ऑन दोस बेसिस दे आर सेलिंग देयर फ्रेंचाइजीज. तो अगेन ये बिजनेस का कॉन्सेप्ट है. आपने अपना ट्रेडमार्क फाइल किया, एंड ट्रेडमार्क फाइल करने के बाद लोगों ने उसकी वैल्यू समझी, एंड देयर इज हर टाइम उसकी एक वैल्यूएशन होती है एक वर्ड की, जो गुडविल में भी जाती है. आई थिंक you heard about that terms in accounts. Now another important type of IP is copyright. Whenever you do have a wonderful website, content, literary work, artistic work, कोई कार्टून कैरेक्टर और कुछ भी आपके दिमाग में आता है, आपने कोई म्यूजिक बना लिया है, कोई साउंड्स है आपके पास, आपको लगता है बहुत अच्छी चीज है, and it's yours, आपने बनाया, आपका इनोवेशन है, you should go ahead and apply in the copyright application. आपने कोई वेबसाइट का कोडिंग प्रोटेक्ट कराना है, यू शुड गो अहेड एंड प्रोटेक्ट अंडर द कॉपीराइट एप्लीकेशन. इमीडिएटली आप करा सकते हो. कोई सॉफ्टवेयर है, कोई ऐप है, गो अहेड प्रोटेक्ट अंडर द कॉपीराइट एप्लीकेशन. ये इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स आपको एक ऐसे राइट्स दे देता है सो दैट यू डू हैव एन ओनरशिप फॉर अ लॉन्गर टर्म. लाइक इन द पैटेंट्स, इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, पैटेंट में आपकी 20 साल की लिमिट है, ट्रेडमार्क आपकी 10 साल की लिमिट है. आफ्टर दैट यू कैन रिन्यू इट. बट इन द पैटेंट 20 years, उसके बाद वो एक जनरल पब्लिक के लिए फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट अवेलेबल हो जाए. सो अंडरस्टैंड कि यहाँ पर एक 20 साल तक अगर मैं किसी पेटेंट्स को बनाता हूँ या इन्वेंट करता हूँ कोई पैटेंट, और ग्रांट मिल जाता है मुझे उस पैटेंट के ऊपर, तो आई डू हैव अ राइट टिल 20 years. नाउ पेटेंट, ट्रेडमार्क, कॉपीराइट, अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज अ डिजाइन. यू सी इन अ वंडरफुल मोबाइल, जब भी आप मोबाइल की डिजाइन देखते हो, ये डिजाइन में रजिस्टर्ड होता है. डिजाइन, ओके, ना फंक्शनैलिटी, नथिंग, कुछ नहीं, ओनली द स्टैटिक लुक्स ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट. कोई लैपटॉप बनाया है, कोई चेयर बनाई है, कोई माउस बनाया है, कोई रिमोट बनाया है, एनीथिंग जो आपका इनोवेशन है या आपके लिए, आपके बिजनेस के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, यू शुड गो अहेड एंड फाइल अंडर द डिजाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन. जो इंडिया में टर्म है डिजाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन, इन यूएस इट हैज बीन टर्म्ड एज अ डिजाइन पैटेंट. Okay, so it's always it's a confusing one. Sometimes it's difficult for a person to understand a design pattern, but here it is known as a design registration. which gives you a protection on the overall looks of your product, shape, size, उसके ऊपर आपको rights देते हैं. Another important type of IP is a geographical indication. Whenever you hear term Pashmina, the territory comes into your mind is Kashmir. Oranges, Nagpur. जब भी ये चीजें आपके दिमाग में आती है, so some products which is originated or manufactured and having something very important, they come under the geographical indications. But that should apply by the organizations, the group of people, or those commodity manufacturers. They can apply for this geographical indication. इससे फायदा क्या होता है? अगर मैं बासमती राइस की बात कर दूं या रसगुल्ला की बात करूं, they are claiming that this belongs to our geography और ये यही बनता है, so that our export should be boost. हमारे ट्रैवल ज्यादा बढ़े तो स्टेट्स को थोड़ी सी इकोनॉमी में भी बूस्ट करते हैं. So this is the importance of geographical indication. So these are some common types of IP. I'm just rephrases. Patent, hardware, technology, functionality, process. You can go ahead and apply under the patent. ये आपके सारे ना again come back on the previous thing, जहां पर आपके पास आइडिया आया था दिमाग के अंदर, ये उसी के ऊपर आपको राइट्स मिलने वाले हैं. ठीक है, यहीं से आपका इनोवेशन डिराइव हो रहा है, यहीं से आप एंटरप्रेन्योरियल जर्नी स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, यहीं से अपना स्टार्टअप शुरू करने वाले, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग. सेकेंड, ट्रेडमार्क, जहां भी आपको ब्रांड की आइडेंटिटी देनी है, आपको कोई नाम देना है, आइडेंटिफिकेशन देना है अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को, अपनी कंपनी को, दैट शुड गो अहेड अंडर द ट्रेडमार्क. जहां बहुत अच्छे कंटेंट बनाया, वेबसाइट बनाई है, वहां पर कुछ चीजें आपने अपने एंड पे डाली हैं, जहां पर कार्टून कैरेक्टर्स बनाए, आर्टिस्टिक वर्क है, आपने कॉपीराइट फाइल कर दिया. एवरी टाइम यू सी अंडर द वेबसाइट, जब सबसे नीचे लिखा होता है ना कॉपीराइट बिलोंग्स टू, और एज पर द बर्न कन्वेंशन ट्रीटी you don't need to file a copyright application. Once जो भी सबसे पहले कंटेंट मार्केट में पब्लिश कर देता है, they become a copyright owner themselves. उसी दिन से वो copyright owner बन जाते हैं. But just to avoid a future conflicts or somebody is going to claiming कि हम ये कॉपी करके कुछ और बनाना शुरू कर देते हैं, तो ये हमारे डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. That is why we go ahead and file आर कॉपीराइट एप्लीकेशन, क्योंकि हमें सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाता है. डिजाइन आपसे डिस्कस कर ही लिया है कि आपने कोई भी डिजाइन, और डिजाइन में आपके ना व्यूज होते हैं, टॉप व्यू, साइड व्यू, बॉटम व्यू, लेफ्ट राइट, ये सारी व्यूज कवर होते हैं और डिजाइन फाइल होती है आप. तो यहाँ पर कोई भी फंक्शनैलिटी नहीं, फंक्शनैलिटी पेटेंट्स में जाएगी. ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन डिस्कस कर चुके हैं अभी हम. नाउ जब हम बात कर लेते हैं, ये सारी आईपी तो हमने सुन ली, ठीक है, और ये हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को समझ भी आ गया कि आईपी होती है, पेटेंट्स हो गए, ट्रेडमार्क, कॉपीराइट, दे समझ आ गया. बट व्हाट दिस आईपी गिव्स टू अस, अब ये देंगे क्या हमें, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. फर्स्ट, दे आर गोइंग टू गिव अस अ पावर. पावर क्यों? पावर टू एलिमिनेट आवर कॉम्पिटिटर्स. ठीक है, हमारे जो कॉम्पिटिटर्स होते हैं उनको हम एलिमिनेट कर पाए. उनके पास आईपी नहीं है या उन्होंने फाइल नहीं करी कभी आईपी, बट हमने फाइल कर रखी है और हमारे पास ये आईपीआर राइट्स हैं, सो हमारे पास पावर है. सेकंड, क्रेडिबिलिटी. क्रेडिबिलिटी टर्म्स, when you are going to present your concept in front of an investor or a big giant where you think the market is big, और आपको लगता है कि उस कंपनी के साथ मुझे टाई अप करना है या मुझे उस इन्वेस्टर से फंड लेना है, so you can showcase that you do have an IPR which stops or act as an entry barrier for a newcomer. Okay, हमने वो already protect करता है, कर रखा है. So this IP gives you more credibility. Another important thing, business. आपने IP डेवलप करी है, आपने कहा कि मेरे को कुछ भी काम वाम मैं नहीं करना चाहता, किसी एक कॉन्सेप्ट को पिक नहीं करता हूँ, but I do have a wonderful research skills. I'm going to work on the research. मैं जैसे ही रिसर्च पे काम करता हूँ, नए नए सॉल्यूशंस बनाता हूँ, and on that solution itself, I know there are huge business out of it. ठीक है, maybe there are huge requirements in terms of industries या किसी भी organizations को इस सॉल्यूशन की रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, और ये सॉल्यूशन मैंने डिराइव कर लिया है इन माय कॉलेज और वेरेवर. ठीक है, ये मैंने डिराइव किया है. अब ये सॉल्यूशन मैं किसी को दे दूंगा या मैं इसके ऊपर अपना बिजनेस सेटअप कर लूंगा. ठीक है, अगर मैं किसी को दे देता हूं तो आई एम गिविंग और टेकिंग सम रॉयल्टीज, मैं उसे लाइसेंस दे देता हूं कि मेरी आईपी आप ले लीजिए और मेरे को रॉयल्टीज दे दीजिए उसके ऊपर। ठीक है, आइदर आप उसके ऊपर बिजनेस कर लो, वो आपकी चॉइस है, आपको लगता है कि देयर इज अ ह्यूज पोटेंशियलिटी ऑन दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, यू कैन गो अहेड एंड डू द बिजनेस। आपको लगता है कि नहीं, आपको बिजनेस नहीं करना है, आपको सिर्फ रिसर्च पे फोकस करना है, और यू कैन हैव लॉट्स ऑफ आइडियाज, इनोवेशन इनटू योर माइंड, देन आप लाइसेंस कर सकते हो। अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, ये टर्म ना बहुत स्टार्टअप्स बहुत सुनते हैं, वैल्यूएशन। ठीक है, और अगर आपके पास आईपीआर है तो आपके पास आपकी वैल्यूएशन भी एसोसिएट होती है। ठीक है, गूगल पेड लेस देन $3.5 billion टू परचेज मोटरोला का पेटेंट पोर्टफोलियो। So understand that they purchased a patent portfolio instead of hardware devices. उन्होंने लैपटॉप नहीं खरीद लिया, उसने डिवाइस नहीं खरीद लिया, मोबाइल नहीं खरीद लिया उनसे, उन्होंने क्या खरीदा? द टेक्नोलॉजी, द पैटेंट पोर्टफोलियो, और उसके लिए एक सर्टेन अमाउंट पे किया। ठीक है, तो दैट कम्स अंडर द वैल्यूएशन। तो इफ यू डू हैव एन आईपी विद यू, इट रियली हेल्प यू टू गेट योर स्टार्टअप वैल्यूएशन एट अ गुड प्राइस। Then another thing, if you don't pursue, आपने नहीं करना, मैंने कहा कि मैंने स्टार्टअप ही करना है, मेरे को आईपीआर समझ नहीं आ रहा, और हो सकता है मेरे में आईपीआर ना भी हो, perfectly fine, but we have to respect others' intellectual property rights. This is again a very important thing. ठीक है, यहाँ पर इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों हो जाता है कि दूसरे की, आपने सबसे बड़ा एक एग्जांपल देखा होगा, माइक्रोमैक्स। माइक्रोमैक्स ने बहुत अच्छे मोबाइल डिवाइसेस बनाए, लॉन्च किए इंडियन मार्केट के अंदर, और उसके बाद आफ्टर सर्टेन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम उसको वो डिवीजन बंद करना पड़ गया। एरिक्सन कम्स इनटू पिक्चर एंड से दैट यू आर इन्फ्रिंजिंग माय आईपी राइट्स। माइक्रोमैक्स, और ये दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में केस चला, उन्हें रियलाइज हुआ यस देयर इज सम इन्फ्रिंजमेंट, और दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट ने कहा कि ये जो इन्फ्रिंजमेंट हो रही है, व्हेनेवर यू आर गोइंग टू make a new mobile handset by using this technology, you have to pay the royalties to Ericsson. So आप समझिए कि कितना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। आपने बिजनेस शुरू किया, आपने ऑफिस खरीद लिया, आपने मशीनरी लगा दी, आप सेलिंग करना शुरू कर चुके हो, बट यू हैवंट सी दैट कि किसी और ने इसका आईपी तो नहीं कर रखा, कहीं मैं उसका आईपी राइट इन्फ्रिंज तो नहीं कर रहा। सो इट्स रियली इंपॉर्टेंट, आप नहीं कर रहे हो आईपी, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, दैट इज योर स्ट्रैटेजी, but you have to respect others' intellectual property rights. Another important part, आपके पास IP है, you can enforce it. Again, the same case. अगर उसके पास IP था, कोई भी बिजनेस शुरू करता है, they can wait for certain period of time कि आप थोड़ा सा बड़े हो जाओ ताकि आप मेरे damages पे कर पाओ, और otherwise अगर आप मेरे damages, मेरे को लगता है कि आपको इनिशियल स्टेज पे ही रोकना है, तो I am going to use my IP rights और मैं एनफोर्स करूंगा अपने आईपी राइट्स आपके। तो आईपी अगेन आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है। देन फाइलिंग रिसिप्ट्स आपको मिल जाती है, आपके उस पे गवर्नमेंट एम्बलम होता है, यू कैन जस्ट यूज इट वेयरएवर यू विश टू। सो देयर आर सर्टेन रिसिप्ट्स व्हिच यू गेट इट फ्रॉम द आईपी ऑफिसेस। सो दीज आर सम बेनिफिट्स फ्रॉम दिस इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स। नाउ these are some important key stakeholders of the ecosystem: entrepreneurs, MSMEs, startup, universities, students. ठीक है, और इन stakeholders के लिए IP के क्या benefits हैं? If I'm just talking about in the perspective of faculties or universities, if they do have a good IPs, right now I think lots of advertisement you can see on the television, commercials आते हैं और उसमें mention होता है universities or colleges that we do have 1,000 patent applications. Why? Because they just wanted to entice more students to join their institution, that we are focused on the practicality or innovation side. So university के perspective पे अगर IPs हैं universities के पास और कॉलेज के पास, then they can have a revenue from commercialization. अभी commercialization कैसे होगा? ये अगेन एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन आ जाता है जब भी हम बात करते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर की और कमर्शलाइजेशन की। आईपी क्यों नहीं होता? Whenever you go and identify a solution, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि उसके ना बेसिक 3 क्राइटेरिया हैं। पहला क्राइटेरिया है नॉवेल्टी, न्यूनेस, ठीक है, पेटेंट्स की बात कर रहा हूं मैं। सेकंड इन्वेंटिव स्टेप, थर्ड इज इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेबिलिटी। ये 3 बेसिक क्राइटेरिया होते हैं, आपको पेटेंट दिलवाने में हेल्प करते हैं। ठीक है, आपका प्रोडक्ट या तो नया है, इनोवेशन बिल्कुल नया है। सेकंड इन्वेंटिव स्टेप है, मींस दैट इज नॉट एन ऑर्डिनरी स्किल, जो मतलब एक स्किल होल्डर के पास, एक कारपेंटर के पास या किसी के पास भी वो स्किल ऑलरेडी और वो डेवलप करता है रेगुलर बेसिस। बट एज अ न्यू कमर आई डोंट नो हाउ टू ज्वाइन दोस कपलिंग्स, मुझे नहीं पता था कैसे ज्वाइन करते। मैंने सोचा दिस इज अ न्यू इनोवेशन, ठीक है, आई गो अहेड एंड अप्लाई फॉर दैट, बट आई लैक्ड इन द सेम दैट दिस इज अ पीपल स्किल सेट, ऑर्डिनरी स्किल सेट्स हैं ये मार्केट में अवेलेबल। तो वो इन्वेंटिव स्टेप्स हो गए। इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेबिलिटी एब्सोल्युटली बीइंग देयर, कि एंड यूजर्स होना चाहिए जहां पर यूज हो पाए आपका इनोवेशन। ठीक है, अब लोग जब अप्लाई करते हैं पेटेंट्स के लिए, सो दे आर मिसिंग ऑन थिंग्स टू राइट द एप्लीकेशन इन अ राइट वे। ठीक है, मतलब आप जब क्लेम्स ड्राफ्ट करते हो वो उसने तरीके के नहीं लिखे हुए होते, या ड्राफ्ट इतने अच्छे तरीके से नहीं होते कि आप किसी को रोक पाओ। ठीक है, आप किसी के दिमाग में एक फियर डाल पाओ, सो दैट दे आर गोइंग टू कम टू यू एंड से कि आप ये मुझे दे दो एंड यू कैन टेक सम रॉयल्टीज और सम प्राइस फॉर दिस इनोवेशन। ठीक है, आप नहीं उसको ड्राफ्ट करते हो केयरफुली, दैट इज व्हाई दे आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट सम लूप होल्स, और इंस्टेड ऑफ गेटिंग इट फ्रॉम यू दे आर गोइंग टू इनोवेट एंड फाइल देयर ओन एंट्रीज, इसलिए कमर्शियलाइजेशन नहीं हो पाता है। ठीक है, तो इफ यूनिवर्सिटी, कॉलेज कैंपस, मैं जब भी बात करता हूं तो मेरे को एक बहुत अच्छा एक बिजनेस मॉडल समझ आता है, जहां पर स्टूडेंट्स को अपनी इंटर्नशिप करनी होती है, प्रोजेक्ट्स पिक करने होते हैं इंडस्ट्री, दे कैन गो अहेड एंड आस्क फॉर द प्रॉब्लम्स, कि आपके पास क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, या आपको क्या लगता है कि आपका एचआर डिवीजन कैसा होना चाहिए, या आपका लॉजिस्टिक सप्लाई चेन कैसा होना चाहिए, कुछ भी, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आप हमें बताओ जो आप चाहते हो उसका सॉल्यूशन। Picked by those students, come back, आप अपने यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेज कैंपस में बैठ के अपनी फैकल्टीज, अपने रिसर्च और whosoever is being there, आप उनसे हेल्प लेते हुए एक सॉल्यूशन डिराइव करते हो, इस सॉल्यूशन का आईपी फाइल करते हो, पेटेंट फाइल कर लेते हो। ठीक है, और यूनिवर्सिटी इज ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्विंग, कॉलेज ऑल्सो इन्वॉल्विंग। उसके बाद गो बैक टू दैट इंडस्ट्री, से दैट वी डू हैव अ सॉल्यूशन, इफ यू नीड इट यू कैन टेक इट फ्रॉम अस। ठीक है, आपको सिर्फ हमारे को रॉयल्टी पे करना, that's it, और मे बी आपको एक लमसम अमाउंट लेना है, आप लमसम ले सकते हो। सो दिस इज अ रियली अ गुड मॉडल इफ वी आर एबल टू इम्प्लीमेंट इट और एक्सिक्यूट। ठीक है, ये रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम कमर्शियलाइजेशन फॉर कॉलेजेस, यूनिवर्सिटीज, एनहांस रेपुटेशन, हायर इनटेक ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, एब्सोल्युटली बीन देयर। ठीक है, आज की जो बात कर रहे हैं हम, प्रीवियसली वी डू हैव अ पैंडेमिक सिचुएशन, जहां पर हम लोगों को मौका ही नहीं मिला कि हम कॉलेज में जाए या वहां जाके पढ़ने का। इसके अलावा हम लोग सिर्फ लैपटॉप पे थे, डिवाइसेस पे थे, जहां पर हम नॉलेज गैदर कर रहे थे। ठीक है, अब when it is again open, situations are in a right way, तो हम लोग जाना चाहते हैं और कॉलेजेस हमें इनवाइट करते हैं, तो वो लोग हमें आज दिखाते हैं, जब ये स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम इतना बड़ा हो गया है कि हम इनोवेशंस पे काम कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, अगर वो ये शोकेस करते हैं कि वी डू हैव अ गुड नंबर ऑफ आईपीस फाइल, हम इन्वेंशंस, इनोवेशंस पे फाइल करते हैं, तो आई थिंक they get a higher intake of their students. Another thing, अगर ये IP है उनके पास, collaboration opportunities with foreign universities, they can have some kind of program जहां 6 महीने, I think lots of universities और colleges doing this, कि आधा कोर्स 6 months का कोर्स हम यहाँ करवाते हैं, 6 महीने का कोर्स हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया कराते हैं या यूरोप कराते हैं, by collaborating with the foreign universities. It would be very easy if you do have an intellectual property. देन नेक एक्रेडिटेशन, ये तो है ही है, नेक एक्रेडिटेशन में हेल्प करता है कॉलेज और EIP, और इंडस्ट्री एकेडमिक रिलेशनशिप। अगेन आप उसी वाले एग्जांपल पे जाओ जहां पर आप प्रॉब्लम पिक करके लेके आए हो, एंड जिस स्टूडेंट ग्रुप ने ये बनाया है, यू कैन आस्क दोस पीपल कि आप इनमें से हमारे प्लेसमेंट्स लो। ठीक है, ये इनोवेटर था, इन्होंने बनाया था ये ग्रुप, आप यहीं से हमारे स्टूडेंट्स हायर कर सकते। सो दिस इज अगेन बिल्डिंग अ इंडस्ट्री एकेडमिक रिलेशनशिप। सो ये यूनिवर्सिटी के पर्सपेक्टिव, स्टूडेंट्स के साथ देखो आप खुद, बेनिफिट्स, गेट एडमिशन इन टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज इन वर्ल्ड ऑन स्कॉलरशिप। वी डू हैव एन एग्जांपल्स विद अस कि जहां पर हमारे इंडिया में स्टूडेंट ने फाइल किया IP, और उसके बाद उसने US में फाइल किया, एंड ही इज गेटिंग अ 70% स्कॉलरशिप which is not a less amount, 70% scholarship on the fees, वो मिल जाती है उसे, और वो बाहर की कंट्री में फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी में स्टडी करता है ahead of others in job interview. Obviously, if you do have an innovative mind, creative mind, and someone is looking for your kind of candidate where the innovation and creative mindset is required to complete a job, then you are ahead of others in job interview. Credibility at workplace, revenue generation from monetization, a spin-off from a college to be a business owner. So this is for a student. अगर आप ये देख रहे हो कि आपको इतने सारे बेनिफिट्स हैं, it's not stopping you कि आप स्टार्टअप कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, आपको एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है कि नहीं बनना है, उसके अलावा क्या क्या बेनिफिट हो सकते हैं इस आईपी से, that you should understand. Again, from a point of faculties, we are publishing research papers. Okay, this help us to increase the weightage of our RCV. ठीक है, उसके लिए हमारे को ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम रिसर्च पेपर्स पब्लिश करें. बट जब हम रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश कर देते हैं, जो भी हमने इतनी अच्छी रिसर्च करी है, इट इज फ्री टू यूज फॉर दोज इंडस्ट्री पीपल, और जहां पर भी लोगों को इस्तेमाल करना है आपका रिसर्च, वो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट यूज कर सकते हैं. बट ऑन रिसर्च पेपर साइड, इफ यू कोड अप्लाई फॉर अ पैटेंट और आप उसका राइट ले लेते हो, तो आपको अपने जो आपने रिसर्च करी है उसके ऊपर आपको उसकी वैल्यू मिल जाती है. वैल्यू का मतलब है, इफ एनी इंडस्ट्री पर्सन विश टू यूज योर रिसर्च और एनीवन वांट्स टू यूज योर रिसर्च, यू कैन ask them to pay the value of that research. ठीक है, sometimes it's quite difficult कि अपना ही रिसर्च कहीं यूज होते देख लेते हैं, बट उसकी हमें क्रेडिबिलिटी ही नहीं मिलती कि ये तो मैंने लिखा था यार, ये रिसर्च पेपर मेरा था. मैं ये बोल सकता हूं, बट मैं रोक नहीं सकता ना, मैं उसको कह सकता हूं. सो अगेन आई एम लूजिंग माई क्रेडिबिलिटी. तो वो भी मेरे को मिल जाती है जब आईपी फाइल करता हूं. So there are good things for the faculties as well when they are going to apply or publish as a research paper. Publication यहाँ पर भी होता है, वो जर्नल में पब्लिश होता है इंडियन पेटेंट ऑफिस के, if you are applying for a patent. Now from a startup perspective, safeguard uniqueness of your concept. आप जब भी स्टार्टअप से मिलता हूँ, स्टार्टअप said that sir हमारा बिल्कुल अलग है, we are differentiating from these competitors. हमने ये वाली ऐप से बिल्कुल डिफर हमारी ऐप करती है. बट हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू से दैट, जब आपने अपना आईपी भी फाइल कर लिया और आप उस कॉन्सेप्ट को सिक्योर कर रहे हो. ठीक है, सो दिस आईपी गिव्स यू सेफ गार्डनेस और सिक्योरिटी फॉर योर कॉन्सेप्ट. 35% हायर पॉसिबिलिटीज ऑफ सक्सेस देन अदर्स. एब्सोल्युटली, जब आपके सामने इन्वेस्टर प्रेजेंट होता है और आपसे वो क्वेश्चन पूछता है कि मैं पैसा किस पे लगा रहा हूँ, बिकॉज इट्स अ वेरी अर्ली स्टेज आइडिया. ठीक है, अभी आप कॉलेज से बाहर आए हो, अभी प्रोटोटाइपिंग करनी है, अभी ट्रैक्शन गेन करना है, बहुत सारी चीजें आपको स्टार्टअप के लिए. तो मैं किस चीज पे पैसा लगाने वाला हूं, अगर मैं लगाता हूं तो आप बोलते हो सर आई हैव फाइल्ड एन आईपी, आई डू हैव प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ दिस इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी सो दैट नो वन इज गोइंग टू एंटर इनटू द सेम डोमेन, और मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूं बिकॉज आई बूट स्ट्रैप, मैंने पैसा लगाया है अपनी चीजों पे. So this gives some kind of confidence in investors' mind as well. ठीक है, इसलिए ये आपके चांसेस ज्यादा बढ़ जाते हैं फंडिंग के. Higher possibilities of funding absolutely been there. Monopoly in the market. If you have this IP, then you do have a monopoly in the rights. Easy global expansion. This is really a very important point. क्या होता है? If you think that your concept is very important for US market, for European market, and you think that you should go ahead and start your business there, but it's quite difficult for you to arrange your money to go there, understand their language, and set up the business. Infra समझना बहुत difficult है. But you think if you have an IP, you can go there easily. How? You can apply for a patent here in India, then you apply the same patent in Korea, Japan, China, where you think the market potentiality is there. Or wahan se, when you applied for a patent, they understand the importance of IP, identify a local partner, share that rights with that guy after do a due diligence, and then probably he's going to help you for setting up a infra there, setting up your startup there, and doing the work. तो आपको खुद को पैसा लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी. आपने सिर्फ एक पेटेंट अप्लाई किया which is very less in terms of your travel expenses. ठीक है, आपने अप्लाई करा because you think that this innovation is fitted in that market and identify a local partner. तो ये आपके लिए बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी बन जाती है if you do have an intellectual property. Then MSMEs having a lots of benefits, entrepreneurs having a good benefits of business growth, potential collaboration, credibility of brand, franchisee policy possibilities, competitive edge. So आप समझ के बहुत easy way में समझने की जरूरत है. It's not been everything you have to do. You do have professionals in the market where you are going to use their services for draft your patent application, for assisting you in your paperwork. It just you have to understand the innovation, the idea which came to your mind, and the solution viability. Okay, आप समझो, आप एक लोकेशन पे हो एंड हर किसी का दिमाग चल रहा है. इट्स नॉट योर माइंड इज वर्किंग बट एवरीवन इज थिंकिंग. ठीक है, पता नहीं कौन किस कंट्री में सेम काइंड ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट फाइल कर रहा हो एज एन आईपी. सो दिस इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज अ नीड ऑफ अ प्रायर आर्ट सर्च कि हम लोग एटलीस्ट ये तो समझ ले कि आज से किसी ने पहले इस चीज के ऊपर काम किया है कि नहीं. Because I'm not going to build a startup on this concept. मैं वो बनाने जा रहा हूँ. Why there is a need of a trademark? क्यों हम trademark? There is a fight of Paytm, PayPal. ये सारी क्यों fights होती हैं? Because of their brand names कि जहाँ पर conflicting arise होता है कि हमारा ही customer base confuse हो रहा है. इस वजह से ये conflict arise होता है. Sorry. Now, these are some examples of commercialization. When someone is saying that कि commercialization होता नहीं है, तो commercialization होता है. But it's really important कि आपका innovation कितना innovative है. ठीक है, आपका invention जिसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं. आज से I think कुछ साल पहले, जब मैं 10 साल 15 साल पहले जाता हूँ, तो everyone talks about the invention which can be filed only by the scientist. ठीक है, हमने वही सुना था कि हम scientist लोग invention करते हैं, वही होते हैं inventor. But there is an opportunity for our young students, entrepreneurs who can become an innovator. वो कैसे बन सकते हैं? By developing their ideas, creating their ideas, a good solution for a problem which they see at a larger scale. आप प्रॉब्लम को ये मत सोचो कि घर के अंदर इतनी सी प्रॉब्लम है तो इसके लिए इनोवेशन बना दिया और ये स्टार्टअप बन जाएगा. No, it's a very limited scope. थिंक ऑफ कि मतलब एट अ लार्ज स्केल ये सॉल्यूशन यूज होने वाला है, तब आपका स्टार्टअप बहुत रैपिडली ग्रो करता है और यू डू हैव अ राइट मार्केट फॉर योर प्रोडक्ट. नाउ रिंग पूल कैन्स इन्वेंटर लाइसेंस द सिस्टम टू कोका-कोला एट 1/10 of a penny per can. During the period of validity of the patent, the inventor obtained 1,48,000 UK pound. It's a huge amount a day on royalties. आप ही सोचो, एक इन्वेंटर ने एक रिंग पूल कैन बनाया और उसे कोका कोला ने ले लिया और उसे कितनी रॉयल्टीज पे करी. सो अंडरस्टैंड कि आपका सॉल्यूशन कितना वायबल है, कितना फिजिबल है. दैट इज हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू फिट इन दिस इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स. और वहां पर आप फाइल करने के बाद क्लेम कर सकते हो ओनरशिप, सो दैट समवन कम टू यू एंड से प्लीज गिव दिस इनोवेशन, दिस पैटेंट टू मी, और आप इसके ऊपर रॉयल्टीज ले. ये इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. अनदर एग्जांपल, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Levi's, we all hear these names. No factories, only doing a business on the brand names. आप अपना सब कुछ, आप कहते हैं ना कि जब हम बिजनेस शुरू करने जा रहे हैं और किस तरीके से कर सकते हैं, तो आपको सबसे पहले सोचना चाहिए कि आपका कितना इनोवेटिव है आइडिया. ठीक है, क्या वो फिजिबल है, नहीं है, ये सोचना चाहिए. क्या आपको लगता है कि आप एक ब्रांड क्रिएट कर पाओगे, ब्रांड बिल्ड कर पाओगे? बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज हैविंग अ सेपरेट स्ट्रैटेजीज कि ब्रांड किस तरीके से बिल्ड करना है. आइदर पहले हमें सेल करना है कुछ प्रोडक्ट, या हमें एक साथ पहले ब्रांड फाइल कर लेना है, ब्रांड का वेट करना है, देन वी आर गोइंग टू लॉन्च अ प्रोडक्ट. तो ये स्ट्रैटेजीज हर बिजनेस की अलग अलग होंगी. बट अंडरस्टैंड, आईपी इज देयर. आईपी ऐसा नहीं है कि आप उसे इग्नोर कर सकते हो, और इग्नोर कहाँ कर सकते हो वहां पर भी हम लोग अभी डिस्कस करेंगे। ठीक है, जब आपके पास ऐसे कोई एसेट्स नहीं है जो फिट इन हो रहे हो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स के अंदर, देन आई थिंक वी शुड इग्नोर और वी शुड थिंक ऑफ समथिंग एल्स। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अभी जो हम बात कर रहे थे लास्ट सेंटेंस, कोका कोला डिसाइडेड टू कीप इट्स सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक फॉर्मूला एज अ सीक्रेट. It's only known to a few people within the company which have signed non-disclosure agreement. It is kept in the vault of a bank in Atlanta. If Coca-Cola formula they are going to file, if they are going to file in a patent, then after 18 months, it should be known to everyone how to make Coca-Cola. हर किसी को पता हो जाता उसी दिन से जब वो 18 महीने के बाद पेटेंट पब्लिश हो जाता कि फॉर्मुलेशन क्या है कोका कोला की। बट उन्होंने क्या किया, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट दे जस्ट थॉट ऑफ टू कीप इट विद देमसेल्फ एज अ ट्रेड सीक्रेट। ठीक है, मैं उस ट्रेड सीक्रेट को अपने पास रखता हूं। मैं बहुत कम लोगों के साथ अपना आइडिया, अपना इनोवेशन और सीक्रेट रेसिपीज, सीक्रेट सॉसेस शेयर करता हूं। And even I can sign some kind of non-disclosure. मेरे को लगता है मेरा कलीग है, एम्प्लॉय है, कोई भी जिसके साथ मुझे लगता है ये शेयर करना चाहिए, then I'm going to sign a non-disclosure agreement और मैं उसको इफेक्टिवली इंप्लीमेंट करता हूं। तो आप जब भी अपना कहते हैं ना असेट्स या स्किल सेट्स या आइडिया, इनोवेशन, इन सबको जब आप आइडेंटिफाई करते हो, एनालाइज करते हो, देन यू कैन थिंक ऑफ क्या ये फॉर्मूला, क्या ये प्रोसेस, इसको मुझे पेटेंट कराना चाहिए। बिकॉज अगर ये पेटेंट नहीं मिला और 18 महीने के बाद ये जनरल पब्लिकेशन में आ जाएगा तो सबको ये पता तो चल ही जाएगा। और मुझे लगता है इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई कैन सिक्योर इट विद माई सेल्फ, कीप इट विद मी एंड अर्न अनलिमिटेड राइट्स। जब तक मैं चाहता हूं तब तक मैं ये राइट्स एंजॉय कर सकता हूं। सो थिंक ऑफ दैट पर्सपेक्टिव एज वेल व्हेन यू डू हैव a good idea or innovation. This is definition of trademark. I talked a lot on the trademark, so I'm just skipping it so that we do have a good time for a question answers. This is some advantages of a trademark. Build trust, understanding. Why? आप खुद बताओ. Why you should go and purchase a brand clothings? आप Levi's का jeans, Diesel, आप इनके jeans और इन products को purchase करना चाहते हो जिसका brand आपने सुना हो. Because you know that there is some trust, ये credible होगा, ये इनका जो fabric है ये खराब नहीं होगा, because it's a brand. They are not going to ruin the image in the market. तो ये trademark का उनको क्या फायदा होता है, वो trust build कर लेता है वो trademark. Exclusive right होता है, वो जिसको चाहते हैं उसको ही देंगे वो rights कि आपको अगर फ्रेंचाइजी खोलनी है, you can have something from our end, मैं आपको अपना brand दे दूंगा and you are going to set up that shop और वहां पर आप मेरे clothing बेच सकते हैं। ठीक है, बट राइट्स आपको मेरे से ही लेने पड़ेंगे। इफ यू आर गोइंग टू यूज समथिंग, आप मेरा ब्रांड बिना मेरी परमिशन के यूज कर रहे होगे तो आई एम गोइंग टू यूज इन्फ्रिंजमेंट। मैं वो नोटिस आपको बेचूंगा एंड देन आई कैन एनफोर्स माय राइट्स। और क्या करता है ट्रेडमार्क? डिफरेंशिएट द प्रोडक्ट्स एंड सर्विसेज। दैट इज व्हाई हाउ यू डिफरेंशिएट कि टाटा वाला टाटा सॉल्ट चाहिए मुझे या कोई और सॉल्ट चाहिए, आप ऐसे ही डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं। ठीक है, दैट इज हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू डिमांड सम काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स। ये मैं उस पर्सपेक्टिव से बता रहा हूं जहां पर आप स्टूडेंट्स हैं और अभी आपने ना बहुत कुछ सोचना है इस आईपी के ऊपर। आईपी के ऊपर ही नहीं, एंटायर बिजनेस या कॉन्सेप्ट्स के ऊपर। सिंबल्स ऑफ अ ट्रेडमार्क, और ये नॉलेज इसलिए शेयर की जा रही है सो दैट नो वन इज गोइंग टू ट्रीट यू एज एन कि आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं है, यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ दिस इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी। दीज आर सम सिंबल्स ऑफ अ ट्रेडमार्क. Once you are applying for a trademark and you apply, you are eligible to put TM on your wordmark or a logo. Okay? Once you get it, जब आपको award हो जाता है वो trademark का certificate, then you are put R on your symbols. ठीक है, तब आप ये लगा सकते हो. So TM once applied for a mark, R when it is being registered. These are some few examples on trademarks. Coca-Cola, Nike, Apple, McDonald's, Maggi, ये सारे logos हैं आपको दिख रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो इनकी जो rights है वो pictorial presentation पे ही limit होती है। But if they are going to file a word mark, on NIKE, then it's a word mark. ठीक है, तो wider protection हो जाती है. This is definition of a copyright. I'm skipping again, but you can just go through with that. The works that can be copyrighted are literary work. आप कोई poems लिखते हो, कुछ और कविताएं, कुछ भी, whatever, and you think that it is yours, you can apply for a copyright. आप कर सकते हो. Artistic work, musical notes, dramatic, recording, that should come under the copyright. These are some advantages of copyright: moral right, right to produce, right to authorize, protection. ये आपको मिल जाते हैं when you applied for the same. Symbol of copyright, आपने बहुत सारी वेबसाइट के नीचे ये सिंबल देखा होगा, जहां पर भी आपको लगता है कि because owner itself wish to say, और वो बता रहा है सबको कि this is my copyright, ठीक है, तो आप इसे कॉपी मत करना, or if you wish then you have to take a permission from me. Few examples of copyright. कोई भी आपको लगता है कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर, you can apply under the copyright. आपको Microsoft Windows, Excel और कुछ भी web browsers, you can go ahead and apply for the copyright applications. These geographical indications we discussed a lot. I think I should just read this. As per Indian Geographical Indications of Goods Restriction and Protection Act 1999, geographical indication in relation to goods means an indication which identifies such as goods as agriculture goods, natural goods, manufactured goods, originated or manufactured in the territory of a country or a region or a location in that territory, where a given quality, reputation, or other characteristic of such good is essentially attributable to its geographical origin. Okay, same thing which I told you in a very layman language. कि किस तरीके से origination of the goods या manufactured good या natural goods हम उसका यूज कर पाते हैं and फाइल कर पाते हैं geographical indication के अंदर. बासमती राइस, दार्जिलिंग टी, कांगड़ा टी, अल्फोंसो मैंगो, कोल्हापुरी चप्पल, whatsoever. एडवांटेज ऑफ GI, क्या एडवांटेजेस होते हैं स्टेट्स को जब स्टेट्स अप्लाई करती है, और आप अगर देखना चाहे तो हर स्टेट के पास एक लिस्ट होगी GIs की, ठीक है. कर्नाटका की एक GI की लिस्ट देखोगे, वहां पर लिखा होगा कि क्या क्या यहाँ की GI है, ठीक है. दिस बूस्ट द एक्सपोर्ट, इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ, बूस्ट टूरिज्म, दैट कैन बी द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ GI. दिस इज अ टैग सिंबल ऑफ GI. Definition of design we already discussed. Design, it should be novel and original. डिजाइन की बात कर रहा हूं अगेन, कि आपका मोबाइल हैंडसेट कैसा दिख रहा है, या आपका चेयर कैसा बना हुआ है, या और कोई भी चीज आपने जो बनाई है, एंड यू थिंक दैट डिजाइन इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू, वो क्या होना चाहिए, उसके एट्रीब्यूट्स क्या होने चाहिए. इट शुड बी एप्लीकेबल टू अ फंक्शनल आर्टिकल, इट शुड बी विजिबल ऑन अ फिनिश्ड आर्टिकल, देयर शुड बी नो प्रायर पब्लिकेशन और डिस्क्लोजर ऑफ द डिजाइन. अगेन डिजाइन सर्च, कि आज से पहले ये डिजाइन किसी ने कर तो नहीं रखा, ऑलरेडी प्रोटेक्शन. Advantages of design: generation of revenue, provision of exclusive right, facilitation of marketing and commercialization. These are some advantages. Apart from that, it's really important. जब कई बार मेरे से डिस्कशंस में होता है कि सर हम ना किसी कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं and we think of having something very new, innovative concept. So IP rights कहाँ पर जाएंगे? So you have to check your contracts, employee contracts, और उसके अंदर mention होगा if you are going to develop something in the premises, in office premises, this IP belongs to the company itself. ठीक है? So you have to carefully read and go through about this intellectual property. आप कहीं ये सोचो कि मैं 6 महीने यहाँ काम कर रहा हूँ और मैंने यहाँ पर IP अपनी बना ली और मैं फाइल कर देता हूँ. So might be आप वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में जो एक लीगल क्लॉज था वो आपने नहीं पढ़ा. So you have to carefully read that, and then you should apply for IP accordingly. These are some few examples of a design. Coca-Cola की bottle or this cycle or anything else comes under the design. Trade secrets. This we already discussed, but I'm just going through all of this, the pending parts. A trade secret is information that has value by virtue of not being generally known. Okay, these secret sources are kept with ourselves instead of in a public domain. The information has value to others who cannot legitimately obtain the information. If they are going to theft it, we do have some legal obligations which we can take some actions on the same. The information is subject to reasonable efforts to maintain secrecy. Trade secret is a formula, pattern, physical device, idea, process, technical information that is used in manufacturing procedure, compilation of information which is generally not known, relevant business circles or to public confers some sort of economic benefit on its own. A trade secret continues for as long as the information maintained as a trade secret. जब तक आप रख सकते हो उसको, तब तक वो trade secret आपके पास रहेगा. The best example are Coca-Cola, KFC kitchen recipes. These are आपको अब again it's your thought process. ये आपको सोचना है कि आपको ये trade secret रखना है कि नहीं रखना है. अगर फाइल करते हो, अप्लाई करते हो, if someone already know कि ये पेटेंट में जाएगा और पेटेंट पब्लिश हो जाता है और पेटेंट नहीं मिला, तो सबको पता चल जाए. तो आप इनमें से कोई भी पार्ट, फॉर्मूला, डिजाइन, ऑटोमेशन, प्रोसेस which you think is very important for your business, you can keep them as a trade secret. These are the explanations of formula, क्या-क्या चीजें आ सकती हैं, प्रोसेस में क्या-क्या चीजें हो सकती हैं, डिजाइन, ऑथेंटिकेशन. एक ही डिसएडवांटेज है इस ट्रेड सीक्रेट का, ठीक है. एडवांटेजेस आपको पता ही चल गए कि ये कोका कोला ने इसलिए अप्लाई नहीं किया क्योंकि वो अनलिमिटेड राइट्स एंजॉय कर रहा था. कंपनी नेवर अप्लाइड फॉर अ पेटेंट, तो किसी को ये भी नहीं पता चला कि फॉर्मूला में क्या क्या है. जो डिसएडवांटेज है वो इट do not provide any legal security against an independent competitor inventing an identical object. मेरे पास ट्रेड सीक्रेट है, परफेक्टली फाइन, बट अगर किसी और कॉम्पिटिटर ने अच्छी रिसर्च करके वो क्लिक कर लिया या वहां उस रिजल्ट को अचीव कर लिया है, तो आई डोंट हैव एनी लीगल सिक्योरिटी. मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर सकता. वो उसकी अपनी रिसर्च थी, जैसे मेरी अपनी रिसर्च थी, वो उसकी अपनी रिसर्च थी. ना मैंने किसी के अंडर प्रोटेक्ट कर रखा. सो आई कैन नॉट टेक एनी लीगल एक्शन. How to guard your trade secret? Restricting number of people having access to secret information, signing confidentiality agreements with business partner, employees, using protective techniques like digital data security tools, restricting entry into areas where the secret is going to be happen. National legislation provide protection in form of injunction and damages if secret information is illegally acquired or used. मतलब आपके किसी एम्प्लॉय ने कोई इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर की है किसी आपके कॉम्पिटिटर के साथ, then probably you can take some actions और वहां पर आपको इंजंक्शन और डैमेजेस के लिए पॉइंट मिलता है और आप एनफोर्स कर सकते हो. So I think I'm going to open the platform. Apart from that, there are lots of things. जब भी आप कोई सोर्स कोड यूज करते हो, जब आप कोई वेबसाइट, कोई अपनी थर्ड पार्टी सोर्स आप यूज करने लग जाते हो एज अ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, बट यू आर नॉट रीडिंग एंटायर टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन मेंशन्ड इन द सेम, तो वहां पर भी कहीं पर आईपी का क्लॉज होता है कि आप कहीं कमर्शियलाइजेशन के लिए यूज कर रहे हो इस सोर्स कोड को, तो व्हाटएवर यू आर गोइंग टू जनरेट इन कमर्शियल फॉर्म यू हैव टू पे समथिंग. ओके, तो यू हैव टू केयरफुली रीड एंड गो थ्रू विद दैट टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन जहां पर भी आप ऐसी चीजों को यूज कर रहे हो. प्राइवेसी पॉलिसीज या कोई भी ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट जहां पर वो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी आ सकता है, उसको केयरफुली यूज करें. सो दिस इज इट from my end on this intellectual property catalyst for a business growth. I'm opening this platform. There are lots of things in the technical part or in-depth things about this intellectual property, but whatever I need to convey to you, I have already shared. If you do have any question which is related to this intellectual property, startup, costing, process, or whatever you feel, you can ask it and I'm happy to answer. If any faculty do have any questions, happy to answer. If not right now, I'm happy to do it offline as well. So please, Janmesh, I think you raised the hand first. So please go ahead here, ask the question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So my question is very simple. Like, I just have a doubt in this. Have you ever seen that Facebook has also have an issue of copyright and all? Because it was made by 3 of the persons and they also have a conflict between them, and currently Mark Zuckerberg has the rights. Then sir, I want some more information about that in this topic, sir. Like what happened to them, like what copyright issues has occur in between them?
Dinesh, I have not gone through with the case of that copyright, what exactly that has been happened with those Facebook guy. But I just thought of to share, if this has been available on the website or the Google, wherever you can collect that case studies, and you just understand. Because as per my understanding, copyright belongs to the author. Okay, the author who is going to publish the information or the knowledge. Okay, and that right belongs to them till the death of the author or 60 years whatsoever is a first happened. Okay, और इसके साथ में क्या होता है कि अगर ये कॉपीराइट के जो राइट्स हैं मैं किसी के साथ शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, शेयर करने का मतलब है इफ आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर इट विद माय को-फाउंडर्स और विद माय कंपनी आई कैन गिव दैट राइट्स, मेरे पास राइट टू अथॉरिटी है. ठीक है, I have not gone through with the case itself, but I share the knowledge how this copyright is going to act और वर्क, ये प्रोसेस कैसे काम करता है. ठीक है, सो कॉपीराइट के लिए वट एवर द कंटेंट जो भी आप करते हो, जो आप डेवलप कर रहे हो कंटेंट, या आपने कोई ऐप डेवलप कर लिया और आपने इसको कॉपीराइट फाइल कर दिया है, जस्ट टू अवॉइड दैट कन्फ्लिक्ट कि समटाइम आज सौरभ है और कल जन्मेश दोनों काम कर रहे हैं, बट सौरभ का ये सारा कंटेंट सौरभ का था. ठीक है, एंड जन्मेश और सौरभ इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट अ कंपनी, देन कॉपीराइट belongs to Saurabh until and unless Saurabh is going to give that right to the company, then it belongs to the company. ठीक है, तो इस तरीके से आप इन चीजों को यूज करेंगे, अदरवाइज वी कैन फाइल अ सूट कि आपने मेरा कॉपीराइट कंटेंट विदाउट माय परमिशन you used it and you're claiming that it is your copy. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Janmesh. Anyone else? Do you have some questions related to this intellectual property, startup और कुछ भी, कहीं पर भी उनको ये समझ ना आ रहा हो कि कैसे शुरू करना है, how to start a business by using this intellectual property, और कहाँ पर ये वर्क करने वाली है आईपी हमारे लिए?
Yes, feel free to ask questions. In case you have any doubts related to like your trademarks, patent, IPRs, anything that you feel like, in case if you have an idea like how to basically get it patented, so that's a kind of an opportunity that we rarely get, like people such an expert who's with us, and we can definitely share a lot of like a lot, we can gain a lot of knowledge from. So feel free to put up your questions and frame and ask.
And I'm expecting the same.
Okay.
From the students itself, that if they are thinking of this intellectual property or they're thinking about the entrepreneurship or something else they are thinking of, I'm happy to answer on these points as well.
Okay, so meanwhile, like I'll just put forth a question
Please.
from my behalf, like on their behalf to you, sir. So let's
Sure.
suppose as an aspiring entrepreneur, so like there are a lot of like legal process that we have to go through. So like can you just a little bit brief it out, like step by step, that how we should like proceed into the legal aspect and gradually to the patent process, so that it becomes easy for us to a kind of a ready reckoner in case if we are aspiring for the going to set up a startup. So anything.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you. Thanks a lot. There are three things whenever we think of to start a business. Okay, first of all, we have to find out the concept where we are going to work on, and that concept we think of IP. मेरे को उस concept के अंदर एक IP ढूंढना है. ठीक है, अगर IP है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो जो IP का प्रोसेस है, might be I am going to apply for a patent, might be I am going to apply for a trademark कि मुझे अपनी कंपनी शुरू करनी. So there are three things. First is a company entity which should be registered in the MCA. ठीक है, that is a private limited, proprietorship, LLP, whatsoever you are going to start on your capabilities and on the basis of your formation, the company का structure क्या होगा. Second part, ये company के structure के लिए बात कर रहा हूँ. If you wish to start having a startup, then you have to obtain a DPIIT certificate from the Startup India. ठीक है, वहां से आप DPIIT का certificate receive कर सकते हो अपने startup के लिए, but with having that private limited company on your name. The third thing which we are the second thing is a domain registration, because you are going to start a business, so you have to pick it a very good domain. आपको उसके लिए वेबसाइट बनानी पड़ेगी, तो आपको वो डोमेन नेम चाहिए. So you can pick a domain name as per your company names or whatever you are going to boost in the market. थर्ड, आईपी के प्रोसेस के लिए जैसे ही आपने कॉन्सेप्ट डिफाइन कर लिया, एमसीए में कंपनी रजिस्ट्रेशन करा ली, सेकेंड प्रोसेस आपने डोमेन भी ले लिया. अब डोमेन जिसका लिया है उसका ट्रेडमार्क भी आप अप्लाई करना चाहेंगे, बिकॉज यू वांटेड टू मेक दिस एज अ ब्रांड, सो दैट एवरीथिंग शुड रिलेट टू ऑन योर वेबसाइट. आप उसका एसईओ कराते हैं, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग कराएंगे, सो दैट इट बिलोंग्स टू यू. बट ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट आपने पिक किया है, जिसके ऊपर आपने स्टार्टअप शुरू किया, जिसके साथ आपने कंपनी रजिस्ट्रेशन करा ली है, अब इसमें से आपने ट्रेडमार्क अप्लाई करना था. ट्रेडमार्क के लिए क्या है, आपने एक बहुत अच्छा नाम सोचा, उस नाम को आपने सर्च किया, आपने अपनी स्पेसिफिक क्लास डिफाइन करी कि मेरे को बिजनेस क्या करना है. मैं क्लोथिंग के बिजनेस में हूं, मैं सॉफ्टवेयर बनाने वाला हूं, मैं कुछ भी व्हाटएवर यू हैव केप्ट इन योर माइंड, मैं डेयरी प्रोडक्ट शुरू करने वाला हूं. ठीक है, देन अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन अप्लाई दैट ट्रेडमार्क. आपने उस ट्रेडमार्क क्लास के अंदर अप्लाई कर दिया अपना ब्रांड नेम. ठीक है, if your concept is having some technicality, you can just go ahead apply कर दिया पेटेंट के लिए. प्रोसेस बहुत आसान है. प्रोसेस क्या है, सर्चिंग, ड्राफ्टिंग, फाइलिंग. सर्चिंग, ड्राफ्टिंग, फाइलिंग. सर्चिंग क्या है, जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट माय कॉन्सेप्ट इज नॉवल, इफ समवन हैज डन समथिंग ऑन द सेम, आई कैन सी देयर इज अ पोटेंशियलिटी, कहीं पर कोई गैप है तो वो मैं पूरा करूं, नहीं है तो ये मेरे को नहीं मिले. ठीक है, तो सर्चिंग का मतलब ये है. Searching professional, there are lots of searches, prior art searches, infringement searches, invalidity searches, belongs to the stage of your concept, जहां पर भी आप जिस स्टेज पे हैं, और the strategies उसके ऊपर आप ये पिक कर सकते हैं. तो आपने सर्चिंग कर ली. ड्राफ्टिंग, you have to carefully write it as per the format required in the patent office, in the trademark registry, in copyright office. आप उसके अकॉर्डिंग ड्राफ्ट कर लेते हैं. थर्ड, फाइलिंग, आप उसका एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर देते हैं. ठीक है, ये 3 स्टेप हो गए, सर्चिंग, ड्राफ्टिंग, फाइलिंग. नाउ द नेक्स्ट स्टेप्स आर एग्जामिनेशन. एग्जामिनेशन होगा, एग्जामिनर आपको ऑब्जेक्शन दे देगा इफ ही सीज दैट इट इज नॉट कवर, आपके में नॉवेल्टी नहीं आ रही, आप में इन्वेंटिव नहीं आ रहा, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको ऑब्जेक्शन दे देगा एंड बता भी देंगे कि कहां कहां पर क्या क्या चीजें हैं. ठीक है, एग्जामिनेशन हुआ, उसका आपको जवाब देना है, रिस्पांस देना. गोपाल जी, अभी मैं सिर्फ इसके बाद प्रोसेस के बाद आपसे आपके पास आता हूं. तो एग्जामिनेशन हो गया, एग्जामिनेशन का रिप्लाई चला गया. द लास्ट स्टेज, इफ इट इज नॉट बीन सेटिस्फाइड, द लास्ट स्टेज इज ऑफ हियरिंग, वेयर यू कैन टॉक, you present your arguments in front of the examiner and share that this is very innovative, और जहां पर भी आपका ऑब्जेक्शन आया हुआ था. ठीक है, सर्चिंग, ड्राफ्टिंग, फाइलिंग, एग्जामिनेशन, हियरिंग, दैट्स इट. द पैटर्न प्रोसेस कंप्लीट. आपको एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा या आपका रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा, जो भी आपका फाइनल डिसीजन होगा वो यहाँ पर मिल जाएगा. If you are satisfied, it's perfectly fine. If you are not satisfied, then you can appeal in IPAB board, Intellectual Property Appellate Board. You can go ahead and apply for the same. ठीक है, ये आपका प्रोसेस है और ये बहुत कॉस्टली अफेयर नहीं है. ठीक है, आप बहुत इजीली अप्लाई कर सकते हो पेटेंट्स का. If you are a startup, there is a fees of 1600 rupees. If you are going to apply on your name, 1600 rupees गवर्नमेंट की फी है पेटेंट अप्लाई करने के लिए, फाइल करने के लिए. Then if you are opting for a expedite examination, आपको फीस देनी होती है 8000 के करीब, जो डबल हो जाती है फीस फ्रॉम अ रेगुलर एग्जामिनेशन प्रोसेस अगर एक्सपीडाइट कराते हो. तो यहाँ पे ना बहुत सारी स्टेजेस आ जाती हैं. देन अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन टेक द प्रोसेस. कंपनी रजिस्ट्रेशन एमसीए में होगी आपकी जाके. डोमेन रजिस्ट्रेशन यू कैन पिक इट अप फ्रॉम वेरियस डोमेन और सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स, आप वहां से पिक कर सकते हैं. थर्ड, आपका आईपी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी ऑफिस आपको देगा. ठीक है, so these are the processes, or this is a ready reckoner when you can think of to start your business. The concept or the innovation or the business that you know better than. ठीक है, वो आपको पता है, बट आपको ये 3 चीजें which is a very essential elements जो आपको complete करते भी हो और करना भी चाहिए. That's it from my end, Dr. Nishant ji. अब I'm going to take a question from Gopal ji. Please, Gopal.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, afternoon.
Sir, as we know that the biggest challenge to start a business are shortage of cash and a good business plan. So, sir, if I want to start a business, so how can I get a venture capitalist to pay attention to me?
Gopal, I already suggested you the right way. First of all, मैं आपको पहले बता देता हूँ कि if you are going to start a business, okay, और आपको लगता है कि आपको सबसे पहले पैसा ही चाहिए होगा, there are lots of schemes, seed schemes, जो आपको गवर्नमेंट देती है. ठीक है, अगर मैं आज स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स की बात करता हूँ तो आपको भी पता है कि बिजनेस ब्लास्टर में 2-2 हजार रुपए गवर्नमेंट दे रही थी, जस्ट फॉर द आइडिएशन स्टेज. बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, कि जहां पर आपको लगता है कि बिजनेस एट अ लार्जर स्केल आप खोलने वाले, स्टार्टअप इंडिया, आप वहां पर वेबसाइट पे देखोगे, देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ स्कीम्स अवेलेबल फॉर स्टार्टअप्स. ठीक है, आप वहां से अप्रोच कर सकते हो अपने लिए सीड फंड. अदरवाइज यू कैन गो अहेड एंड जॉइन अ इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर. ठीक है, उस इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर में भी आपको बहुत सारी सर्विसेज सपोर्ट मिल जाता है जस्ट टू स्टार्ट. इंक्यूबेशन का मतलब ही यही होता है कि दे आर गोइंग टू इंक्यूबेट यू एंड गाइडिंग यू, सपोर्ट यू ऑन ऑल द फ्रंट्स ऑफ योर बिजनेसेस. ठीक है, आपको वो मिल जाएगा और यू कैन इजीली स्टार्ट. आप जब वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट के नजर में जाना चाहते हो, देन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको हर एक का एक अपना एक प्रोसेस है. ठीक है, वो आपको पिक कैसे करेगा, बट अब आपको उस तक जाने के लिए अपने प्रोडक्ट को, अपने कॉन्सेप्ट के ऊपर ट्रैक्शन चाहिए. यू डू हैव अ सर्टेन गुड नंबर ऑफ प्रोटोटाइप. हर एक का मैंने कहा अलग अलग स्टेजेस है वेयर दे आर गोइंग टू पिक इट अप. ठीक है, आपको वहां से पिक करेंगे. एक अर्ली स्टेज है तो अर्ली स्टेज वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट आपको देखेगा. ठीक है, कि आपने क्या क्या किया है. यू हैव टू मेक योर पिच रेडी टू गिव इन फ्रंट ऑफ दोस अर्ली स्टेज इन्वेस्टर्स. आप उनके आगे जाके वो पिच दे सकते हो and say that we are early stage venture, so we need a seed fund of 25 lakh, 50 lakh, whatever the early stage के लिए जो आपको चाहिए. ठीक है, आप वो डिमांड कर सकते हो. there are lots of demo days happening. तो आज की डेट में तो मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो अवेलेबल हैं और आपके पास वो एक्सेस मिल रहा है. ठीक है, आप अपने नियर बाय सराउंडिंग्स में देखोगे ना, तो आई डू हैव गुड इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स और आप वहां जाके अप्लाई कर सकते हो इंक्यूबेशन प्रोग्राम के लिए. ठीक है, और वीसी की नजर में भी आप वहां से, उनके भी पार्टनर्स हैं इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स. दे डू हैव मेंटोर्स, दे डू हैव VCs ऑन देयर प्लेटफॉर्म इटसेल्फ. यू कैन रीच देम टू हैव दिस एक्सेस और सपोर्ट. ठीक है,
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू गोपाल.
Janmesh, you can ask a question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so my second time to ask your question. Sir, my question is, if in the future I come up with an innovation, what will be the criteria for patenting it?
You're coming up a second time an idea.
So I'm questioning like what are the criteria for patenting my innovation? If I come up with an innovation in the future, what will the criteria?
The three basic criteria. One is a novelty, newness in your idea. Second, inventive step. मैंने जो डिस्कस किया था कि इट शुडंट बी ऑर्डिनरी. एक स्किल सेट वाला पर्सन जो है वो कर रहा होगा और आपको लगता है कि ये आपने इनोवेशन किया है, तो वो नहीं होगा, वो इन्वेंटिव स्टेप नहीं है आपके लिए. ठीक है, आप सोच रहे हो दिस इज एन इनोवेशन, बट इट इज नॉट एन इनोवेशन बिकॉज वो किसी रेगुलर स्केल पर्सन का वो काम है. ठीक है ना, बट आपको नहीं पता था बिकॉज यू आर नॉट दैट काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन. सो आपका ये सेकेंड स्टेप भी कंप्लीट होना चाहिए. पहला, नॉवेल्टी, नया तो होना ही चाहिए. और न्यूनेस कहां देखते हैं? वर्ल्ड वाइड. न्यूनेस नॉट इन इंडिया, नॉट इन स्पेसिफिक ज्योग्राफी. न्यूनेस कहां से चेक होगी? वर्ल्ड वाइड. कि एक बार वो डिस्क्लोज हो गया, चाहे वो नाइजीरिया में, चाहे वेस्ट इंडीज, चाहे साउथ अफ्रीका, कहीं भी डिस्क्लोज हो चुका तो वो डिस्क्लोज है. ठीक है, पब्लिक डोमेन में है. सो पहला आपका नया होना चाहिए इनोवेशन. सेकेंड, इन्वेंटिव स्टेप होना चाहिए. और थर्ड, इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेबल होना चाहिए. सो थ्री बेसिक क्राइटेरिया जमेश शुड बी देयर टू प्रूव दैट इट शुड गो फॉर अ पैटेंट. Thank you, Jamesh.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your views. I have one more question from from their side that I'm putting up the thing. So
Sure.
at times we look forward for that we do get a lot of study materials from for us to share to the others. So being into this fraternity, sir, does it really comes into the Copyright Act, or it is like duly patented, and what are the scopes for us to like to be given a leverage upon in that direction, sir?
So whenever we ask about this academic content which has been available और आपको चाहिए वो read करने के लिए, if it's in the public domain, ठीक है, अगर आपको pick करना है और वो public domain में है, but there are certain copyright mention, I think you should approach to the author and take the permission that we are going to use for a study purpose या हमने अपने बच्चों को सिखाने के लिए use करना है. So just take a permission. It just gives someone a credibility या उन्हें कहते हैं value मिल जाती है. So वो देना चाहिए मेरे according as a IP, because उन्होंने वो बहुत मेहनत से एक content लिखा है, but they are not going to deny it. तो कुछ चीजों के लिए उन्होंने एक्सेप्ट कर रखा है कि अगर आपको ये स्टडी में यूज करना है आप कर सकते हो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. बट जहां पर भी आप कुछ कमर्शियलाइजेशन या मोनेटाइजेशन करते हो, ठीक है, आप यूज करते हो मेरे कंटेंट को मोनेटाइजेशन के लिए, यू हैव टू पे मी सम रॉयल्टीज, सम वैल्यूज. और मेरा ऑलवेज मानना है अगर वो किसी का आईपी है ना, तो सर एक बार उससे पूछ लेना चाहिए कि जस्ट टू गिव अस दोस राइट या परमिशन टू यूज दैट. That is why sometimes हम वो शटर स्टॉक की इमेजेस यूज नहीं कर पाते या because they belongs to a copyright owner, ठीक है. और जैसे ही हम यूज कर लें, पता लगे हमने इतनी सारी चीजें कर डाली हैं, then someone is good. सर क्लेम कभी भी कर सकता है, ठीक है, अपने राइट्स को कभी भी क्लेम कर सकता है, because copyright belongs to them till the lifetime. और उसको जब लगता है कि आपने यूज किया है द परफेक्ट, आपसे फैक्ट एंड फिगर्स लेके और वो क्लेम कर सकते हैं, then it becomes a challenging for you to deny that कि सर हमने सोचा फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट यूज कर सकते हैं इसलिए. but it should be giving some kind of credibility, values आप उन्हें दे देते हो, पूछ लेते हो, परमिशन ले लेते हो. It's a right way to use those material you can use for the study purpose.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the information shared, sir. And I think students, in case if you have any more questions, we can take one more question. In case not, then we can proceed further. Okay, sir. I think you thoroughly understood the concept, the way you have like very well elaborated the concept from the inception itself. So thank you so much, sir, for like being like present with us today in this Impact Lecture Series. It was indeed a pleasure to have you with us. I would now request our Dean PGP, Dr. Ruchi Rayat ma'am, to kindly extend a vote of thanks. Ruchi ma'am.
Yes, I'm there. Just a second. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Nishant. Okay, so yes, respected Director GIMS Professor Mayank Kumar Pandey, our most valued invited guests, and the faculty members and all my dear students. It is indeed a privilege for me to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on Impact Lecture Series 2, sponsored by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, organized by Nutan, the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club GIMS, in association with Institute Innovation Council. I, on behalf of GIMS family, take this opportunity to express my hearty thanks to all the guests who spared their time from their busiest schedules and accepted to be the part of Impact Series 2. And yeah, today we had the opportunity to listen to your enlightening thoughts on entrepreneurship, intellectual property rights, creativity, innovation, and I'm sure all our students and of course all the faculty members had a good learning experience, and it was a really insightful sessions for everyone. So first and foremost, I want to thank Mr. Mahip Singh, Head Innovation Hub, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, for giving the excellent coverage to transforming an idea into an innovation. I must also express my deep sense of appreciation to Mr. Saurabh Trivedi, entrepreneur, intellectual property enthusiast, business consultant, for giving his deep insights about the intellectual property, and of course for answering all the questions so patiently, the questions that our students had, and of course the faculty members as well, and also accepting our invite for the second time in GIMS. But unfortunately, I don't know how it happened that again we met online, Saurabh. So definitely we'll be inviting you offline to the campus. Apart from this, a special mention to our respected director, Professor Mayank Kumar Pandey, for always, being a supportive leader who always stimulates us to do our best and stand as a pillar of strength for all the members of GIMS. My special thanks to our chairman, Mr. Rajesh Gupta ji, Vice Chairman, Mr. Gaurav Gupta ji, CEO GIMS, Mr. Sudesh Singh, and all the faculty members, and special mention to Newton Club, the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Club of GIMS, and Dr. Nishant and Professor Silky, who had taken this initiative to organize and conduct Impact Lecture Series. So once again, thank you everyone, and over to you, Dr. Nishant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And in fact, indeed, it's a complete team effort that we have been able to come up with the closure of the second Impact Lectures series, which is we believe in that we have successfully done it. And before we go, I request each one of us to kindly open up the camera for a group photograph so that we can the team can click it up. All the student participants, kindly open up the yes. Just take a minute more. Thank you, everyone. May I now request the IT team to kindly help us felicitate, and I request Dean Ma'am and the faculty and the students to join us in felicitating sir with a token of gratitude from the entire GMS family. Sir, we request you to kindly accept this on behalf of the family of GMS. Please, the IT team.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
And truly, sir, we look forward to have you here in the campus very soon. And we'll discuss a lot of things, and there are a lot of things to pipeline to come up with, sir. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks, sir. Thanks a lot, Dr. Nishant, Dr. Ruchi, and Mayank ji. I haven't seen Mayank ji, but I think he's been there, but not able to see. But definitely, I will join in a campus sometime, and then we can catch up. So thanks a lot for inviting me for this wonderful session on IP. And I'm definitely going to talk more on entrepreneurship as well. So Dr. Ruchi, this is a pending task, which we can do it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Students are requested to stay here.